Welcome, everyone.
Started stream in advance. No, I'm good.
You know what? Maybe I'll do this.
The stream is intended for mature audiences only.
I better get off.
The reason that video didn't upload out was because it was like 160 megs.
Oh.
Because I guess you guys saw that, right? Where we were doing the recap, and then I pan over to Adam, and he's laughing at me.
Yes. I know what you're talking about. When you sent it on Slack, it didn't have the video, but I watched it today, so I knew what you're talking about.
Hmm. Okay. I don't know what that is.
Let me listen to the stream. Adam, why don't you say something on the stream?
Oh,
Something on the
hello.
stream.
Welcome, everybody, to the stream. Tonight, we're doing a little bit of AMR SMSs.
Yeah.
The
You
volume
scratch the
sound-
mic for me? Just scratch the mic. a little
Can
Can you put your nails on it?
I don't get that shit at all. How does it sound?
Good. For the couple seconds I listened to it, it was good.
I'll just leave it where it's at. I don't know. I just turned it down to like 75%.
I like this Anya shit you got on. It's really good.
I just read about her the other day. She's still making music. She's like lives in some kind of weird like castle, like a medieval castle, and she lives with like two like geriatrics, and they just hang out and make music all the time.
So she
Ooh.
got
like my dream.
stalked really bad.
Who are you talking about?
Anya.
The
Oh,
what's her
Enya or
name?
whatever, Anya.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
She got-
Enya?
She got stalked really bad.
Can you spell it?
ENYA.
So
Man, I listened to
not-
a ton of that shit in college.
I still do. It helps me relax.
Studying and going to sleep. We used to put that on all the time. Enigma too. Used to listen to a ton of Enigma.
Remember Enigma? Yeah.
That
Ever
was like
see that video on like Rotten.com like 10 years, 20 years ago where Bjork Stalker shot himself in the head? That was really awesome.
sounds great.
Does anyone know who Bjork is?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yes.
Huge fan. And we're streaming, aren't we? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh,
All right, you want me to start the recap?
Yep. Go for it.
All right.
Sure.
All right. Session 26. I can't believe we played 26 sessions.
I know. And Crocus has been here for like 13 of them.
More than that, he was only out
I'm
like
kidding.
3, right?
Yeah,
Was
I
it
think
like
so.
2 or 3? Because it was around the holidays. I don't think we played a lot.
Yeah, we like kind of took a mini break, I think, for a bit.
Yeah.
And then I had to have that 20-minute session where I had to catch up to you guys and use what was it, a troll or an ogre or something? I was like,
He was
"Yeah,
an ogre.
No, just keep going. You're good. I'm right behind you, bro. I'm your friend.
Wait, like they feared the ogre, so it was running at you or something, and you were coming the other way, and then you were just like, "Yeah, no, keep going, keep going." Right?
Yeah, I think I shot it with a menacing shot.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I gotta
That's
turn
right.
my screensaver off. You guys are already dimming out. All right, start recap. Hello.
All right, recap. All right, so we picked up with the party last time after they had just survived an ambush by a group of werewolves. Exhausted, they decided to rest right there with their small caravan of mounts, as well as Ismark and Irina. Before sleeping, the party took a moment to take stock. During this, Deckard noted that his set of bone dice were gone. He's not sure where he lost them. They weren't super valuable, but they were personal to him. Fearing more items were missing, Blackwind checked for the Jade Frog and found that they still had it. So, relieved at that, the group took a few shifts of watch as the rest slept. The night itself was uneventful, but near dawn, the very leaves in the trees above the group suddenly exploded into hundreds of bats that swarmed their camp. Thoradin attempted to scare them away by slamming Talon against a tree and adding a bit of Divine Smite for extra effect. This made a thunderous boom and sent the bats scurrying for a moment, getting them off of Thoradin and Spargle, but they quickly swirled back and resumed the barrage. The sturdy tree, however, almost fell over from such a mighty strike. Now free of the bats, Spargle spun into action, erupting fire from outstretched hands in a wide spray, charring many of the bats.
My
He
one
also
spray.
He also attempted to communicate with them, commanding them simply to stop the attack. This seemed to incense them even more as they now turned their focus on him, but fortunately could not penetrate his magical barrier. Alaric yelled and swung with rage while carving through several more as the clouds now started to dwindle. Deckard fired off several crossbow bolts, leaving more bats skewered as bat kebabs all over the ground. Blackwind tried to further communicate with them while also swinging around his bugbear skin cloak that he's worn since Cragmaw Castle for some reason. He tried to learn what the bats wanted, and the response back was something close to rip, shred, bite. Thoradin went medieval on them, grabbing and stomping bats while swinging Talon through the batch that was on Spargle. Bright golden light flashed as Talon struck true. Swinging again, he killed several more, which Spargle certainly appreciated.
Didn't I bite one? Did I bite one?
Yeah, I think you bit one.
So I got coronavirus, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah, these are Wuhan bats. Barovia imported them from central China. Strahd's like, I gotta get me some of those bats. Sorry to China. At this point, it was clear with a few more swings, the group would finish off the bats. Spargle again blasted with his burning hands, nearly finishing all of them, and Alaric swatted the remaining handful away with his greatsword. Finally, the last of them were dead, and suddenly an uneasy, almost surreal silence fell across the area. Dandy attempted to itch her butt with her teeth, but couldn't reach around that far, and so instead gnawed at her hindside, completely oblivious to the fray. The other horses, and Ismark and Irina, had all cowered away from the chaos of the fight. After the battle, Thoradin started throwing up suddenly, not feeling well at all. He wasn't sure why, as he typically has an iron stomach. As the eerie silence continued to unsettle the group, a mist coalesced deeper in the woods as a silhouette of a well-built man stepped forward, laughing. Thoradin slapped Dandy in the ass to send her away. She took off in a random direction, but then spun around, assuming that Thoradin wanted to play. Fortunately, she didn't run towards the imposing figure. Spargle immediately noted that this man looked like the lord of these lands who he had encountered sometime before. He shouted out, "Hey, I held up my end of the bargain. Where are my friends?" At which the figure replied, chuckling, "Your friends have found their place here in Barovia, and you may find that Pimavur is having the time of his life. In fact, you are all free to roam my lands as you see fit, as long as you're willing to let the young lady leave with me right now." Irina and Ismark became terrified, with Ismark now nervously standing in front of Irina. Blackwind asked Strahd why he wanted her, which he simply stated, "I just feel like a woman of such beauty deserves a more proper place in my realm." At that, Blackwind attempted to charm the Dark Lord with a spell. Strahd smirked, as the spell had no noticeable effect. Still laughing, and with minimal effort, Strahd flicked an enormous molten fireball into the party, landing squarely and flattening the warlock, who now laid lifeless, smoldering on the ground. Spargle and Alaric, who were standing near Blackwind, took some damage from the intense heat and flames as well. Strahd's laughing continued as he stepped back into the mist. As he was leaving, Thoradin offered to trade Blackwind to the Dark Lord instead, but Strahd had already disappeared.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you're like, you take him.
I would have been fine.
With
Strahd
Blackwind.
needs to call him Daddy. How do I make
No,
this
he doesn't make you call him daddy. You just do.
Yeah, like, stop
I
calling me
think
that.
it's starting to creep him out.
Strahd. That's how I get the Strahd. He's just like, ugh, just not your fucking daddy. The fuck?
With Blackwind now unconscious, burnt, and bleeding out, Thoradin pre-soaked the warlock in preparation of some healing, and then also cast a powerful Cure Wounds spell to stabilize him the best he could.
You really spun that, huh? Wow.
Softened it a little.
The stream, no pun intended.
Our stream's NC-17, Matt. I like to keep it that way.
Sure, sorry.
The strange mist dissipated as the typical forest sounds resumed. Irina was despondent, and Ismark was freaking out. However, Thoradin calmed them both with a mix of compassion, reason, and a little divine warmth. After they snapped out of their fear, they pled to make haste to the safety of Vallaki. Deckard's new sweet pickup line with Irina was apparently to pretend he was gay, and then fumbled around through some other lines, yet still somehow managed to convince her to ride with him. I guess the alternative of riding on Dandy wasn't up her alley. But Blackwind insisted that she ride solo on Dandy, and while deliberating this, Ismark got more antsy about moving along, so Deckard took charge, and pulled Irina up on Marvin and rode off.
Marvin
what? Can we go with the full name?
Marvin D.
Marvin D.
Marvin D.
The old Svalich Road continued to weave and carve upwards through a rockier area and across a massive bridge that provided a grand view of Sayre Falls to the left. Let's see if I still have that because it's a cool picture. Is this one it? Yeah. And down below to the right, the Vistani encampment where they had hung out previously. Eventually, they came to another crossroads that branched east and west. To the east, the road firmed up and seemed to head somewhere important. Spargle posited that Castle Ravenloft may be in that direction. To the west, they noticed a matching set of great stone gates that they had passed through over a week ago when first arriving in this strange land. Being a master stoneworker, Thoradin inspected these gates more closely and noted to the party that they were a couple millennia old. As they were inspecting the doors, they magically opened outward. Blackwin and Spargle were both suspicious of this, but the group decided to move forward. After referencing their map to get some bearings on where they might be, the group decided to continue west. They also confirmed Spargle's suspicion that Castle Ravenloft was likely down the east branch of the road behind them. After passing through the gates, they automatically closed again behind them. It was now around dusk as the group found themselves close to a windmill, about a half mile down a side road, and assessed that they were still a few hours from Vallaki. So they checked out the windmill for a safe place to rest for the evening and to recoup from their injuries.
I'll be right back. I gotta do something.
Yes.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
God, that fucker got it going. Or wait, how's it go?
That was it. Did you guys see that new picture of the windmill? I got a better picture.
No. Where'd you post? Did you just post it somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay, cool.
And we don't know if someone detected us when we snuck up, right?
No, you didn't have any indication that you did.
Ooh.
Did Spargle
So-
set up a perimeter or no?
What's that?
Did Spargle set a perimeter?
Well, not yet. Okay, so hold on. So that was the windmill. So as they approached the windmill, they noticed a raven hopping around excitedly on top of one of the wooden beams. Immediately, Blackwin drew his crossbow and fired at the bird, killing it on the spot. Deckard and Thoradin cautiously snuck up to the windmill to peek inside, and they saw on the ground floor, a ground floor had been converted into a makeshift kitchen, and the room was just kind of filthy and haphazard. Baskets and old dishware are piled everywhere. Adding to the clutter is a peddler's cart, a chicken coop, a heavy wooden trunk, and a pretty wooden cabin with flowers painted on it. In addition to the clucking of the chickens, you heard toads croaking. The sweet smell of pastries filled your senses. Warmth issued from a brick oven against one wall, and a crumbling staircase ascends the wall across from it. Shrieks and laughter from somewhere higher up caused the old mill to shudder. Then they pulled back to the group to let them know that the windmill was presently occupied. Thoradin was excited that they had actual food here, and Deckard agreed to sneak back to the group to confer with them. They dropped back about a quarter mile from the windmill and found the best cover they could, around 8 p.m. now, trying to decide what to do next. And that's where we'll start. So I'll just move us back to here for now.
Okay. Did you relay the information of what you saw when you got back to us?
I think we were gonna do that in Fireside, but I don't think we got to it.
Right. No, that's what you guys said, and you didn't get to it. But so you can. We'll just pick up from there now, I guess.
All right. Well, Thoradin, unless you object, on the way back to talking to them, I'm like, I think we tell them everything.
Of course. Let's
Right.
tell them what we saw, lad.
So we've told you guys everything that we saw.
That's a strange combination of what you saw in there.
Yeah. So I'm like, I think they might be cooking people in there. I'm not 100% sure, but it smelt weird. like a meat that I never smelled before.
Sure, it's not bats.
I've tasted bat, lad. That wasn't what that was.
Did it smell good though? Was it a good smell?
To this dwarf, it was neither good nor bad, but I don't know if I've ever smelled it before.
Do you,
If the dwarf doesn't want to eat it, I feel like we should be.
do you think you're spotted?
I
Decker,
don't.
what do you think? I don't think so, lad.
I'm pretty sneaky. I don't know if our friend Thornton here and his clanky chainmail might have.
Ah, this dwarf is as quiet as a fox. As I say that, like I'm clanking and like making little noises.
Hey Dan, what time of day is it again?
It's like
8 p.m.
8 p.m. I'm sorry. Okay.
By the way, I just got done watching all 3 Lord of the Rings movies over the last like 2 weeks, and Gimli, I just can't. You do such a good dwarf, Matt. Like I see
Watch-
Gimli and like
He should be a
If
voice
you
actor
watch
for
The
a
Hobbit,
dwarf.
it's even better in The Hobbit, the dwarf stuff.
Did you watch the extended editions, Phil?
no, I got twins.
Yeah.
3.5 hours is more than enough to.
Right.
It's
Or
probably
maybe
like 90% of
You
that's
guys
probably
were
cutting
guys,
into his
like-
sleep as it is.
Oh, it was one night I was up till like 12:30. I'm like, what am I doing? Anyway, well, fellas, there's, I guess 2 ways we could approach this. We could either go in there guns blazing, like we're Blackwind looking at a raven, or we could try and maybe go, one of us, 2 of us go in there, and these people might not be hostile.
I think
Whatever the hell's in there.
Should we take a little breather first if we're gonna do either of those though? I don't know. I'm still
Oh, so we did not long rest.
feeling a little messed up.
Mm-mm.
Got it.
we were going to talk about that. I think.
Yep.
I think we should. I mean, the warlock is pretty beat up.
I'm good. Let's fucking party, man. Let's
Yeah,
go.
you would say that, lad.
All right. Well, I could camp out. We've been traveling for a while.
I don't know if I mean I don't know if it's the safest thing to camp all night, but do we want to just take even a little bit of a rest before we go? If we are going in, as you put it, guns ablazing, I don't know.
If
What
I'm
about
going
horses?
to... But,
So,
go ahead.
I didn't interrupt you.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
No, I just want. I'm trying to visualize like where everyone's standing and what the horse, like what are the horses doing? It's Dandy.
Dan,
okay.
don't we have a little map of that area actually that we had last time going with the windmill and the little crags and all the cliffs?
And what's the mayor's name?
Unless I was just really zoomed in last time.
I think you were just really zoomed in.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think
yeah,
I don't think I have a map.
You're right. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, did we not? Why am I picturing that too, Matt?
Because
Am I
I
crazy?
No, you're right.
I-
We were just really zoomed in.
was
Okay.
really zoomed in. Yeah.
Yep.
That's all.
I think at one point I said you had to zoom in to kind of see the
Got it.
elevation and where the road, because it's really hard to tell. But
Um,
I did. I don't know, Matt, if you saw it. I did share another picture of the windmill,
I did see that. Yep.
a
It was
better
really-
picture.
It was a good visual.
And it helped me remember that it's the windmill, as you'd expect a windmill to be, is a little elevated in terms of it's up on a bit of a hill.
Right. That's what I imagined with these little hash marks, these elevation lines.
Dan,
yeah.
can I make, Deckard kind of starts looking around for maybe a place to rest up for a minute. Can I make a survival check to see if I can find a decent
Yep.
spot?
Yeah, you can. There's not a lot of. So the thing is, there's not a lot of cover here.
Okay.
Like in terms of trees and stuff, it's kind of like a rocky road with like embankments on both sides. But yeah, go ahead and that's a good idea. Make a survival check and see. Maybe you get lucky and find something. Well,
Ugh.
yeah, no, it's just. It's been you've traveled for a couple hours on this winding road, and the winding road continues kind of beyond the windmill So the best that you can do is just sort of find a ditch, so to speak, just something that seems like a little bit of a dip off the side of the road. You're going to still be pretty exposed.
Okay.
And Blackwood would say, like, let's just, like, we're tough. Let's camp on the road. What's to come along? The Revenant from the beginning? We're good.
Yeah, I guess as long as we're setting a watch, you know what I mean. If we can't hide very well, then probably nothing can hide from us very well.
Come along. It's a road.
Right.
Okay. So are you going to camp or rest before the windmill or past the windmill in terms of the road that you've been traveling on? Are you backtracking like a half mile or so? How close to the windmill are you camping?
I'm gonna ping where I think, like, my suggestion is, if that's cool.
Yep.
Where's the door on the windmill? Is it the northwest, the northeast, the southwest, or the southeast?
The southeast. So that's kind of the road, or the dirt road climbs up a little bit. You guys are about a quarter mile from it right now, so about 400, 500 feet from it, yards from it. As it's just sort of there's this path. You notice that the path has like these really ingrained sort of ruts in it, maybe from like wagon wheels.
Right.
And that like wagon wheel path leads up. It leads to the northwest from where you're at, up to where you would like look right at the face of the door.
Can you tell if it's like been recent passage, Dan, or does it look like it's been there for a while?
Make a perception check.
Perception. Okay.
Or make an investigation check. I just make this shit up as I go. So
All right.
Just make this.
you would within the last couple days at least. All right, they're fresh within the last 24 to 72 hours.
So these tracks are fairly fresh. There's probably some track. I mean, we may see somebody on this road.
Yeah, but they'd have to come back the way they've already come. If you're talking about those people, or do you mean like this is a well-traveled road?
I don't know. I'm just it just seems like it's fairly well traveled. For whatever reason.
Let's camp here. You can offer me up as a sacrifice. Let's take a nap.
I can't fight on an empty stomach. I need some roast mutton or something. I need to eat.
So at this point, Alaric would volunteer to, because everybody's kind of throwing out mixed emotions. He would volunteer to just take a watch and let everybody relax and eat and stuff like that.
All right.
And Deckard
let's do
can
it.
too. He's feeling pretty good. If we
All
need
right.
to split it. Are we doing a long rest or a short rest?
I think just a short rest would be better.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think we could like knock out here or in the middle of a road.
Right.
Yeah.
I got 20
But-
pounds of
but-
rations if you want them, Thornton. Or were you just saying that you're hungry? Like, do you not have food?
I have food, but I need to sit down and cook it live.
Okay.
Black ones is a short rest gonna be okay for you, bud?
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I'm Gucci.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, let's do that.
So you can heal on a short rest too. I'm not always familiar with. I don't remember always how that works, but
Can we call Duck? Can we call Lifeline?
D&D Beyond will handle it for you. But you get basically your hit dice.
Hey, Doug. How do we?
Wait, should I? How did? See?
I think if you click on short rest, you have like you can click on how many hit die you want it to roll for your health for your.
But you can only do it once every.
Well, no, when
A weird rule with this. Wait a second. If we're just gonna rest for an hour, we want to just take a long rest because we're gonna still be going into the windmill at night. We want to wait for dawn.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
We take a short rest. It's still gonna be middle of the night. I can see in the dark, but
we're just gonna be sitting in the middle of a path, though. Like,
Alright. Well,
We
somebody
don't know
make
if,
a
we don't know
call.
if people are gonna come and approach this windmill and like.
Cool. Let's let it happen. I mean, I'm down. You know, I'm down. Whatever you guys want to do, though, I'm not in charge, obviously.
No, I think we just kind of like sit down, rest, eat up,
Yeah.
have a drink.
Do I get to reset my maximum HP?
Well, no, that
No.
would be a long
You
rest.
gotta roll.
No,
So
that's what Dan was talking about, where you have to roll your hit die for a short rest.
Yeah, if you click
Well,
on
how
the short
many-
rest
just-
button, it'll bring up some.
It'll
Right, but
it
how
should
do I
explain
know
it.
how many boxes to check? How do I mean?
I think
So-
as many as you need.
it'll tell you down at the bottom. So click on the short rest button.
Yeah, it says hit die 1d8 plus 2, a total of 6.
Right,
Yep.
so you can roll up to 6.
So-
So if you only
right.
need 9 hit points, you'd probably only roll 1, maybe 2.
So you can roll up to 6 if you want. Now, for every long rest, how many do you get back, Dan? It's like
Oh, I'm gonna
3
do that.
per long rest or something.
Wait, what?
Of your hit dice to roll on your short rest. Let's see.
They all reset during a long.
Not all of them.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, nice.
It's just not on another short. So if you take a multiple shorts, then you use up your hit dice. But I thought they all.
Not on a long. Like if you do a long rest, you recover like a portion of them. Isn't that right, Dan?
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I got all mine back.
The only reason I want to get it right is because I'm 10 of 45 right now, so like I am pretty.
Here, I'll test it. So, take a short rest, confirm, and then if
I
I
just
take
did
a
it.
long rest,
Long rest resets everything.
Yep.
well, not your hit die. So I just took a long rest. Yeah, I got half of them back. So you'll get.
Oh, then I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, that's right. What Will just said is right. The character regains spent his hit dice up to half of the character's total number. Yeah, and half rounding down.
So how's the short
One of
rest
ours.
working? Who's getting to roll? Everybody or just some
If
of
you
us?
need
or-
hit points, you can roll.
Yeah, I did it.
If you want to spend those hit dice now,
Okay.
you can. You can spend as many of those as you want, and you'll get half of them back on your next long rest.
So what if it's an odd number?
See, this is
Round down.
I keep hitting the button and I'm not getting any hit points back on.
No,
Well,
because
you
you got to
gotta roll.
manually roll and roll 20.
So you
Oh,
got
I
to.
need- oh,
So Dan, can we go ahead and do that? Are we assuming that we make it through the hour without?
Yeah, you guys are doing an hour of downtime, and you're kind of
Yeah.
keeping
Yeah.
some bit of watch.
Yep.
Okay. Yep, that's fine. I need. Yep. Go ahead. You can do that, and then I'll talk through the rest here. So, Matt or Thornton, can you ping again where you said you were setting up the camp? I didn't see.
Yeah, my 25. Not bad. I've seen better.
all right.
I've
So
seen
I'm
worse.
35 of 45 now. That's better. That's better.
Yep. And then you have to click off those on your short rest. Oh, you clicked them all off. Okay.
Yeah.
You all right. Good.
So I was thinking we would rest like right over here. You guys see
So past the windmill. So you went back to the crossroads, and then you went further down the road.
that? But like that's just my thought. If anyone else thinks differently, I'm certainly like let's hear the logic.
I'm doing
just
my
all
arc.
about- I'm all about camping as close as possible to the road in case an ally comes along. But again, who's gonna follow anything? that I
Because the
say?
door was on the southeast, right, Dan?
Correct. Yep.
So like I don't want to camp over here, like within line of sight of the door. Should it open? Maybe like here.
And it's only for an hour, right?
Yeah, it's for now.
Sorry.
Yep.
So let's.
So-
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say each hex is about a quarter mile. So you guys are marching about 3/4 of a mile down the road, and then that actually gets you a little closer to some trees. So you may have a little better cover there.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Hey Dan, I did my arcane recovery. Just calling it out.
Okay. Thank you.
So we're lying down.
Yeah, so you guys are it's not sleeping. It's really just chilling and just kind of recouping and drinking and not doing anything strenuous.
When things quiet down, I want to. I make a finger snap over at Alaric and try and get his attention, and then I pull back an imaginary bow and I let go, and it goes like this. Then the gate flies out of Clark's where it's been hidden in my Clark thing, and it leaps over to him, and he either catches it or he doesn't.
You cut out a little bit, but what did you say? What did you shoot out of your imaginary bow?
The jade frog. I pretend like I'm pulling it back, and then I go, "Oop," but then the jade frog flies over to you.
So do I catch it, or do I have to make some kind of dexterity check?
You can catch a basketball. You can throw a pigskin a quarter mile.
Yeah, you just make a dex check just to make sure, but it's not very difficult.
There's
Gotta
Jade
pass it
Frog.
through. Everybody needs a jade frog so that you can pass it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
$10 on Amazon.
$10.
Yeah.
Put the link in chat because I'm
You
thinking
snag it.
about it.
You catch it out of the air and kind of. I don't know what you want to do with it.
How far away from Blackwood am I?
Eat it.
Are we close?
Bite it.
You're sitting in about a 10-foot circle. You got the horses sort of just kind of kicking off the side of the road. They're eating some grass and stuff. Ismark and Irina are sitting on the ground next to you guys. You're all in
I
a.
go
you're
over
in
to
a-
Dandy, by the way. I want to pet Dandy because I feel like he's scared.
Okay. Make an animal handling roll real quick.
Hey Dan,
Yeah.
I gotta take a couple minutes real quick.
Okay.
Sorry.
I linked the frog in chat.
All right. Cool. Yeah. So you walk up to Dandy and kind of start petting her, and she's really happy, a little bit excited, just loving it, like just absolutely thrilled that you're showing her attention.
That's my girl. And is
She
there a
hasn't-
name for the mayor? Does anyone have a mayor? You know how we have a mayor? We have
Yeah,
Dick
Alaric, you've been riding that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You and
Got a
Sparkle.
name her? I mean, if they're part of our party, you should name the mayor. You don't have to do it right now. Just
I mean,
think about
if it means that much to you, you could just name it.
it does.
How
No.
about Wango?
No, what?
Wango?
Yeah, Wango.
Wango Unchained? I don't know. I don't think so.
Whatever.
It's mayor.
Or how about Maryland Penis Toot?
So Marvin Gaye started Maryland Penis Toot? Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Maryland. We call her Mary,
All right.
Mary PT for short. Hey, Mary PT, what you doing, girl? You need some oats? Maryland
Toot toot.
That's no offense, Matt. That's better than Wango.
Remix
Sorry.
remix to Ignition.
I liked Wango. It was PG. Now the kids could watch, but now they can't because
All
Sorry,
right.
Noah.
He's not
So
watching this, is he? No.
Sorry, Noah. Sorry,
He's
Madeline.
over
Sorry,
still
Colin.
Fortnite or something.
Sorry, Aaron.
all right. So as the group is resting and chilling out, Thornton, you still feel terrible. You're just like stomach is just turning. Make a Constitution save.
But was I eating anyway, though? Because I was really
Yeah,
excited to eat.
that's up to you. Yeah, if you're eating some rations and stuff. And
I feel like I'm about to be thrown up on.
That's always a possibility.
yeah, you feel really queasy, but you manage to just sort of maintain your composure and kind of hold your rations down.
Wow, that's all 19 did for me, huh? Wow. That fucking bat juice really got me, huh?
Coronavirus. Whew.
I didn't say that's what it was. You're assuming. Okay, and
Oh,
also
wow.
Deckard, I need you to make a wisdom save.
I need to make a wisdom save?
Yeah.
Do I know what for?
No, I don't know.
I feel like
Is
this
that,
has to do
is
with
that
the red
gonna affect
background.
how you roll your dice?
Wisdom save. So do I just do my wisdom modifier?
Yes, correct.
+2.
Maryland.
Not your wisdom modifier. Your wisdom save modifier, right? Is it the same?
Oh, plus.
Yeah, you
Okay,
get
got
+5 on that.
Do you have low wisdom or low int?
I have low charisma.
Look, Real
okay.
charisma.
I find Deckard charismatic, to be honest, though.
That's why I regret doing it. I want to play him like a charismatic cowboy, but so 15.
Okay. I'm just gonna do this in. What if we can I just let me try this? I'm gonna leave the call real quick, call Will, and then rejoin the call.
Okay.
See if that works. Give me 30 seconds. If you need if you need to take a piss break, go for it.
I probably, we should, right? Oh, it's only 9.
So should I leave the call too, I guess, then?
It's too early to pee.
Oh, thank God, those fucking guys are gone, right?
fuck.
Oh, I couldn't anymore. Thank God.
Marilyn Penis Toot. I fucking love.
It's funny, but the kids can't watch this now. I can't show people because
There's no kids watching it. Who?
Wait, I said. Wait, you're joking, right?
You said.
I said Marilyn Penis Toot. We've been saying Marvin Dick Fart for weeks.
Yeah.
Charles Fart. I mean, what's wrong with that? Marvin Charles Fart.
Because Dick is way worse of a thing to say than Penis Toot.
Dick is a name. Dick Tracy. Hello.
But not in this
Yeah,
sense.
it's not a dick. It's not Richard Fart.
Yeah, right. It's not Richard Fart.
Richard Fart. Yeah, that's what I meant. Richard Fart.
Dick Fart.
Oh,
Dick.
Marvin.
And then fart.
Marvin.
Like penis and butt.
Then the next choice is going to be Jennifer Vagina.
Oh, here we go.
Now
Now we're crossing all sorts of lines.
Oh, now okay.
Okay.
That's
all right.
gross,
All right,
okay.
all right, Warcraft. Why don't you calm down over there?
Okay. Yeah.
What
okay.
happened?
It's because they're related. Marvin Dick Fart
Vagina
and
is
Marilyn
definitely
Penis
a dirty
Toot are
word.
related.
You are.
Yeah.
We lose a
They're
couple
gonna have
people.
a cult,
And Jenny
and they're
Vagina.
gonna have a cult.
Oh,
And what's the cult?
shh. Those
Oh,
the weird guys are back.
Oh fuck.
No, save it, Kroger. Save it.
No.
Don't let
So all of a sudden, you
Oh,
see
Oh,
Deckard
no.
unzip his pants and just this giant, he just whips it out and it's huge. No, I'm kidding.
No. You got it. That's canon now. You got it. What does it look like?
Along with your orientation.
Yeah. So, Deckard, suddenly starts looking around.
Cloud
like-
smoke. What's gonna happen?
Behind him, looks very alarmed. Doesn't, kind of looks creeped out and looks back to the group and says, y'all see anything? Do you see anything running around here? Was there something behind me?
Do y'all's people
I
at all
see a
be?
lot of things.
What's
I
that?
see a lot of things too.
I didn't hear. What'd you guys say?
See a lot of
Nothing.
guys.
Black one's just being belligerent as usual.
See a lot
I
of
don't
girls.
see anything, but I look just really sick and I feel nauseous.
This is actually creeping me out a little bit.
Guys, I swear I just felt something behind me.
Oh,
I could have swore there was someone here.
I feel something in me gut, lad. Maybe
Have
it's...
Dan, have the horses reacted at all? Have they picked up anything? No. So no one. It's just okay.
No, the horses are acting normal. Most of them are. Dandy's still trying to lick her own butt.
No, she's not. I told her. I said, knock that off, baby. You're gonna get E. coli.
What?
Just-
Did I miss
Wanna-
anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So we just finished a short rest, and then Deckard starts getting
Can I do? Oh, sorry.
scared.
Can I do a perception check?
Something's happening to Deckard. We're not sure. We're trying to figure that out.
Yeah,
Yeah, Black,
no.
what do you-
I'm honestly, I'm just guys, I feel like something was right behind me.
What's
So
behind
I'm
him?
gonna look behind him, and do I see anything?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay,
no one,
so I'm
no
gonna
one sees
say,
anything.
Deckard, I don't see anything. I think you should calm down.
All right.
Can I do a perception check?
Yeah, Black One, go ahead.
Because I'm concerned. Ah, fuck.
You don't see anything either.
So you say you felt it, or you heard it?
Yeah, like it was. My hair stood up. I just, when you just feel like something's behind you. It was like someone was standing there, and
I mean, I think Spargo should throw up a perimeter.
I could do that. It takes me about 10 minutes or so.
Oh, is it a spell slot though, or no?
No.
anybody have any detect magic? Thornton, are you all right?
I don't feel so good, lad.
What'd you eat?
Oh, I just had some mutton, but even before that, I didn't feel so good. And as I'm saying that, I just projectile vomit all over you. Oh,
Actually, on me?
yeah, uncontrollably.
That was rude.
You throw up on Deckard.
Oh, lad, I'm so sorry. I don't feel so good. Whoa.
Sorry, I did that.
Oh, okay.
Video.
Yeah, so
Like, how much vomit do I have on me? Like, what?
Should I roll? Dan?
Yeah, roll a d4. Just roll
Okay.
a d4.
Just
Is this like Double Dare? I just dug through the nose looking for the flag.
Oh,
Type.
This is Legends. of the
Man,
Hidden
that's a reference.
Aggro Crag, baby.
Aggro Craig.
a little gack on him.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not a lot. It's not a full stomach's worth. But it's not just a little bit of bile. It's just about half a sandwich's worth of
So I take like a handkerchief and I start wiping off his cowboy boots, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, lad. I didn't
That's
mean
fucked.
to."
That's fucked up, Thornton.
Oh.
That's fucked up. And you see Deckard like kind of like like I don't know how you guys are, but when other people throw up around me and I smell it, like
And Black One's over in the corner, just like, because he sees them both about to throw up. About to be a fucking three-way, just.
None of it's bothering Alaric at all.
Of course not. It's just made of stone.
Not even a
all
little
right, you
bit.
clean these things up off me. I'm clean of puke now.
I'm like, I do the best I can,
I actually feel ill thinking about it.
All right. So, does anybody have detect magic?
I could do it, but it also is going to take me about 10 minutes or so.
Okay. There's something here. There's something around us, and I don't like it.
All right, if we're hanging out for a little bit longer, I'll start going through the ritual here.
Yeah.
But if we're not, how many? You just do it whenever you want, because when we can't again, we're probably going to want to throw that out. Like, what if we just go into the windmill and say, "Fuck it," if whatever you felt shows up. You know what I mean? Just because you felt something doesn't mean we need to stop, right? Is that reckless? I guess after I killed the raven,
If you cut me off, you cut me off. But I'm starting it. I'm starting the ritual.
Yeah. So Spargo plops down and he starts to cast a spell, but instead of his typical sort of just quick talking and moving his fingers around, he seems a little bit more sort of methodical and meditative and sort of concentrating. And as his slowly you start to see like his eyes just start to glow. Like you're not even sure if they're glowing at first, but they start to get brighter and brighter and brighter. Where his eyes are closed, but now you start to see like through his eyelids, almost like someone was shining a flashlight behind his closed eyelids. So it's just sort of like orange glowing kind of things. As then Spargo, you open your eyes and you look around the camp or where you're sitting. And you see a number of things, right? You see your glass staff kind of with a bit of a shimmer around it. You see Thoradin's talon is also giving off just a faint outline, sort of like when you're playing an RPG and you're mousing around things and it gives you the outline of them before you can click on them and pick them up. Everything that you'd expect, except about 15 feet behind the group, kind of up, almost like closest to Deckard. You just notice one little small bocce ball sized, just invisible shape that's giving off a glow. You don't see it physically. You just see the outline of a shape. And as you concentrate a couple seconds more, you note that the source of the magic, the school of magic, is divination.
Am I familiar with this spell effect?
It's going to be tough because make an Arcana check.
Okay.
You'll roll 20.
Feels like the big boy's watching us.
A pretty nice modifier on that.
Ugh.
Ugh.
But you don't know. You don't. It's not a spell that you're a spell
Okay,
or
so
a magical
it's-
item or artifact that you're familiar with.
But it's a bocce ball glowing object, and it's in the air.
Yep, it's floating about 8 feet off the ground.
Okay. I mentioned it quietly to the group. How far away, Dan? About 30 feet, you said?
About 10 or 15 feet behind Deckard, where Deckard's sitting at the camp.
Okay,
About
so I
eight
say it
feet
quietly. I go, there is. I explain it, but I explain it quietly. I try to bring you guys in a little bit. And
after he explains that, am I able to just use my mage hand to just kind of swipe in that general direction, since it's a large hand? Like, can I just...
I'll mark it. Do you not? Can you guys see it? Let me ask you that, Dan. Does anybody else see it?
Nope. No
Okay,
one
let me
sees
mark
anything.
it for you. So, I'll use prestidigitation, and I'll create like a little shower of sparks right where I see it.
Okay. So
Deckard, get ready. I'm gonna light her up for you. Or Blackwood. I'm sorry, not Deckard.
So Sparkle turns and casts a quick little spell, and just like almost like a 4th of July sparkler, one of those things that you light up. It just starts like right in midair, just these little sparks kind of going off, and yep. So now you see sparks flying in the air, Blackwind.
So can I just push the hand through it to see what happens when my skeleton hand pushes through it?
Yep.
Do I have to roll for that?
Nope. Again, it comes out like a skeleton hand, and you move it right through where Spargle had marked the area. Once you do that, Spargle, you notice it just sort of the shape just disintegrates and dissipates into nothing.
Whatever it was, it's gone. But I think something was probably either. I don't know. My guess would be something's watching us.
Okay.
What do you guys think? What's our game plan? Do we want to check out the windmill?
Yes.
I would guess they I don't know if this is whatever that was created by somebody in the windmill, but I would have to assume that they know we're coming.
Yeah, I think we at least knock on the door.
Yeah, we might as well just head up there.
I could throw up on them if nothing else.
All right. So the group, everybody, kind of makes their way back to the windmill, starts walking to the windmill, and Ismark's like, guys, what are we doing, man? It's gonna get dark. I don't want to be out in the middle of this. I don't think we can get to Vallaki. I'm getting real nervous. What if Strahd comes back?
Oh, you're always nervous, Bismarck. Just relax for once.
He pulls Irina a little closer and says, all
Stop
right.
hiding behind her skirt, you big wuss.
Maybe you guys should stay back for this one.
Well, not too far back, right? Yeah, we could watch the horses if you want.
What do you guys think? I hate to after
I'm
that
not
whole
sure
thing
how I
with Strahd,
feel about that.
I hate to leave her unattended.
I was pretending to be Deckard.
Oh.
Why don't we split up?
Yeah.
Wait, did you actually say? Did you imitate his voice as
Yeah.
Alaric?
I did. I said,
Amazing.
not sure how I feel about that.
Oh wow, Alaric,
That's the
throwing
first
shade.
time. That's a new
wow.
thing.
That's so new. This is great.
Why's everybody
You
picking on
got it
Decker
wrong,
today?
Lark. That's like Baldur's Gate type exit. All right, you're not drawing the R's long enough.
Oh, sorry.
We'll work on it though.
So Ismark says, maybe you guys check it out, and if it's a safe place to rest for the night, then we'll come up, we'll follow up there, and we'll just kind of we'll hang back far enough that we can watch the front door of that windmill, and then you signal us if we should come up.
Why don't I hang back with them
If
or one of us?
Ismark says that sounds even better. I'd feel a lot better if the wizard was with us.
Yeah. All right. So why don't we split up into
Overestimating
two
their
teams?
confidence in me, but
I volunteer to go in first. By the way,
I volunteer
And
as
speak to
tribute.
the NPCs.
So who's walking up to the windmill?
I am.
And in what order? Okay, so Deckard's heading back up. Who else?
me.
Blackwind.
But I'm jogging ahead of Deckard.
Okay. Thornton.
What's Alaric doing?
I'm just gonna. I mean, if I see a couple of people running up towards the windmill, I'd probably just follow them up naturally. Just
All right. So I'll stay back with the horses.
Okay, so Deckard, Blackwind, and Alaric are going up to the windmill to check it out, and then Thornton, Spargle, and the guests are just sort of staying back within about 500 feet from the front door.
Yeah.
Okay. So need be, you can kind of rush up,
yeah.
but otherwise you're within eye shot of the front
Yeah.
door if they come.
Yeah, signal us if you guys need help.
This is the signal. One of these.
All right. So Deckard, Blackwind, and Alaric. Deckard's sort of leading the way as he does, and Blackwind just goes running up like real fast next to him just to get in front of him, and gets to the door a second before you. But you guys are all kind of at the door, and again, you can kind of peek through like you did before to kind of see the inside. This windmill is really sort of like beat up. So there's like, it's, at least on the first floor, there's a lot of like holes and stuff in it. Let's see. I'm gonna move a little bit over to a map. I don't know if you guys see this.
I see the
What do you
left
guys see?
side of that.
Yeah. So you see the windmill itself. Just a
Yep.
picture of the windmill. Yep. Okay.
No. Yeah, so I can cast Mage Hand whenever I want. Right? It's not a turn or.
Correct. Yeah, we're not in initiative order or anything. You're not fighting
All right,
anything. You're not
so-
in combat.
So I'd like Mage Hand can lift 10 pounds as far as I know. What are you guys doing? What is that? Real quick. No, just get it. Just tell me now before. Come on.
I can't tell you.
I gotta
Can't
get
say.
food.
I gotta pee.
I get food.
All right.
What were they doing?
I think it was it from like last time when he glitched out and it was like all.
Yes.
Was I doing that?
Your video froze and it was like a boomerang on Instagram. It was like you were just going like this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's funny.
It
That's
was.
good,
It
but-
is funny.
Thanks for letting me in on the joke. That's really nice. That's not middle school at all, where I'm like, hey, I want to laugh too, guys. No, I want to use my Mage Hand, and it can lift 10 pounds. So can I just punch through that window on the second floor, just to kind of like?
Diversion.
It's a different. Yeah, it's like you break the glass.
Link
We're gonna go into
established.
the bottom floor. I would do the top floor, but I'm worried that maybe they wouldn't hear it. Whoever's in there, I don't know. I feel like one floor could give us a little bit of something or other.
Yeah.
Just I mean, we don't have a height. I don't know if it lists how tall the windmill is, but what is it?
Yeah, you know, it's I actually do have that somewhere. Let me see. Yeah, I mean it's like normal, like kind of floors. So every level is, you know, so it's about 10, 15 feet up, about 13
Okay.
feet up to that second
Well,
floor.
Mage Hand goes 30 feet, and if that's the third floor, and each floor is like how it is in America, that would be 10 feet per floor. So I would be reaching up and just. I mean, what do you guys? I mean, I want to ask Deck. I turned to Deckard since Alaric is not here, and I said, Deckard, second or third floor. No other context. I just say second or third floor.
I say second.
All right, so I reach up and I.
All right. So after, so you say that Deckard says second floor, and then you cast your Mage Hand, and it goes up. It goes up a floor or so to the second floor, and the Mage Hand kind of swings forward like a little knocking motion and actually punches through the glass, and you hear the glass shattering. And then you start hearing some screaming from that floor. You hear, "Oh! You hear Bella! Bella, we're under attack! They're throwing rocks through the window! Oh my God!"
And then I kind of motion at the front door to my brawnier fellows, and I say, "After you, gentlemen."
So Deckard, Alaric, something we want to do?
Who wants to go through the door first?
I'll
I
go through.
created the diversion.
I'll go through first.
Okay, so you try to open the front door?
I try to.
Yeah, it feels like it's closed, locked, perhaps barred.
Mm.
How? I mean, does this look like a door that I could forcefully open?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could try. It looks like a door.
I'm gonna try to
You
do
could-
that.
You're gonna smash through it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. You know, I'm turning the knot. It's like, you know, when you. Yeah, it's locked, so I can't get it. So I'm getting frustrated, and I'm just gonna put my shoulder into it and keep trying.
So are you Are you trying to bust through the door?
Yeah.
Like, regardless of how hard it is? Okay, make a strength check.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Yes.
Wait. I'm just adding my modifier to it. That's not a saving throw.
Right. So it's a D20 plus your.
Yeah, sorry. So that's an 8. That's not an 11.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of drop your shoulder and go to you. You know, the door looks old and flimsy, so you don't really put a lot of effort into it. Kind of subconsciously, you don't think it's going to require.
Right. Like
much.
I'm just gonna like kind of tap it and
Yeah.
open it up.
So but your sort of size and just you slam into the door. It doesn't open. It doesn't even really budge. But your weight and force at which you hit it does make the building shake a little bit. And now you hear more screaming and cackling from that second floor, and you hear someone say, "Ophalia, they're shaking the whole building down. Oh my God, we're under attack." And then you hear some scrambling around,
I mean, I heard that clearly.
Yeah, you're hearing it through the window. Like if you were standing in front of your house and somebody was on the second floor talking out an open window, that's kind of how you hear it.
Okay.
And then you hear that first voice again go, "Bella, get Mom. We need Mom."
And I just kind of look at Deckard, and I'm like, "What do you got, homie?"
I'm gonna. So
now you hear
I'm not confused in real life, but I'm gonna assume that Alaric's just a little confused. He's not sure what's going on, right? He hears these things and he's interpreting it a way where he thinks that maybe these are just innocent people, but he's not sure. So Alaric's gonna take a few steps back and take a running charge at the door.
Okay. Deckard, Blackwood, you want to do anything? Or just kind of...
If I can, I'd love to reach up and just break the third floor window. If
With-
we're
with your-
directly at the base window,
With your...
just so we can, with my mage hand, yeah, because it's 30 feet. So if that window, the third window, is 30 feet up, assuming that the floors are American. Because what else am I gonna do? You know, I'm waiting for my friends to break through, decide how to get through the door.
Yeah. I mean, you're right in the general... hold on a second. Oops.
Yeah, I have 30 feet.
Yeah, they're like 8 to 10 foot kind of between each story. So you're good
Alright.
there.
All right, so I knocked that shit out too.
So on that third floor, so you raise up your mage hand. I'm just grabbing a drink while we talk.
I know it sounds like they're friendly and they're gonna be like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" But like, if there's stuff going on, like, let's create some diversions to, if mobs run up to investigate the third floor, maybe it'll be, I don't know. I'm
Okay.
just trying to be useful as a warlock right now.
All right, so your mage hand goes up again, barely at the extent of its actual length, and punches another hole in the glass on the third floor. You notice that some of the glass is already kind of busted out. These weren't like brand new renewal by Anderson windows by any stretch.
They're not Pella.
Yeah, no. And so you hear another little bit of a shriek and some scrambling around. And then Alaric, you go ahead and roll another strength check.
Yes.
Okay. So you, this time with a running start, you kind of really put your whole shoulder into it and kind of get the right sort of leverage. And at that, the whole, almost, you guys that are standing back, especially you, Thoradin and Sparkle, from a distance, you actually see the entire structure shudder.
Nice.
You see like that sort of like when there's an earthquake and there's just that random dust that seems to be coming out of cracks and things just kind of floating around the sides as the whole windmill kind of just shifts for a split second as as Alaric goes barreling through the door. You notice now that there was about a 6 foot 4x4 kind of beam on the back of the door that he just ripped in half. The whole door splinters into shards. Alaric, make an athletics check.
Okay. I think that's the same thing.
Okay, and you because the door gives, you kind of start to tumble and fall, but you manage to just like throw one arm on the ground and pop yourself back up and keep yourself upright. You look up and you see coming down the stairs, you see a rather homely-looking Barovian lady, not attractive at all, and an older lady who is equally unattractive.
It's terrible news.
And she's a haggard, heavy-set old woman with a face as wrinkled as a boiled apple. She's got a flour cake apron and a sharp bodkin that's kind of pulling up her hair. And she just looks like a nasty old stinky grandma.
Is she into half orcs?
Well, I don't know.
Just asking for a friend.
Wait, is she what? Say again?
I said, is she into half orcs?
Oh, yeah. Have you ever had a half orc and a half elf? You combine that. It's an orc elf. Ooh,
Oh no.
sorry.
So-
Started stream.
Hey,
She
Black
looks
Wind.
at you. Yeah.
No, that was joke. Blackwood found her mom.
Oh no. Hey Blackwood, is that your aunt?
And I just go.
I see a
"We
little
were-
bit of
we were so
resemblance."
close." Mm.
All right.
And I
So
you're about to see some incest.
this isn't a very.
See, you
big
were
area.
here, and then I was like, I gotta.
You're
Crossing
gonna
all
have to
sorts
do,
of
we're gonna
lines.
have to do a little bit of zooming in on this part of the map again for those of you who are in
Well,
this
when we
area.
enter, are we gonna get a top down of the? Is there a map for it or no? Oh, it's my dice. I'm on a laptop, so I can't. See.
Yeah. Also, what for what it's worth, the Raven is right here. I don't know if do you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the Raven that you guys shot before.
That's very kind of
Don't
you to
say
that
you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
really.
not fair when you say you guys, right?
Can I? I wish I had like a necromancy spell or something.
It's super dead.
I know, but that's what you do with necromancy. You... I pick it. You know what? I pick up the raven, and I pull the bolt out of it. And I just put it in my pocket.
Oh, you're gonna get sick.
No,
Sicker.
I'm putting it. It's in my inventory now.
You sold my dead bird to a blind kid?
Our tabs are
Our
falling.
birds' heads are falling off.
Pretty bird. Pretty bird.
Oh, pretty bird.
You want to hear the most
Classic.
annoying sound in the world?
Oh.
All right. So, this younger, homely looking woman is down towards the base of the steps, and you see this other older, even nastier woman.
Are they chesty?
They are. I mean, but
Okay.
not like.
Wait, are they what?
um,
Are they what?
Are they chesty?
Big boobs.
But they're like big.
Are they
old
buxom or?
floppy? No, this sort of more like saggy old people.
So they're not buxom. Okay, got it.
No.
Dan, stop trying to turn me on, man. What the fuck?
Oh, wow.
Why does Matt always ask me if they have large tits?
Fair question.
I just want to know if you can piss all over him if there's enough surface area.
All right.
That was a good
So,
Come on.
Alaric, you're kind of in the middle of the room here now, looking up at these two women as they're coming down the steps.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Does anybody want to do anything?
I
Yeah,
wanna do
so
it.
okay. So at this point I have just like kind of barged through and almost leveled their entire windmill house, right?
Right.
Something like that.
Right.
So I've
gotta say
startled
something,
them
buddy.
even further. So I guess like I would probably say something once I've had a few seconds to assess the situation, and I would just say, seeing as how they seem non-threatening, I would say, "Is everyone okay?" Like I'm a firefighter.
From the top of the steps, she's like, "What? Are we okay? You just barged into our home. What's going on? What are you? Yeah, we're okay, I guess. I got broken windows, and what are you?" And she points at you, and she's like, "What are you?"
They call me Alaric.
Did the Baron send you?
The who?
We're working on the pies right now. We still have another week to get them. Why
What
are
pie?
you
What pies?
for the fest? Are you from Valaki?
Yeah, I'm new here.
All right, make a deception check.
I'm new here.
I didn't say.
The Baron sent me to just check.
I didn't say yes. I'm from Valaki. I said I'm new here.
We got these
All right,
red
hold
cloaks
on.
in the arena.
Hold
You
on,
guys-
hold on, I got this. I have a bonus to everything. It's fine. I can roll. No, I can't roll that.
All right. hang
Is
on,
this
wait.
is this when she pulls out a revolver and she goes, "Motherfucker, get out my house"?
She says,
y'all
wait,
motherfuckers
she
need
goes, have you ever been to Valak? Why are you in our home?
And let me-
Ma'am, we were just passing by and we thought there was maybe some trouble here.
Trouble? There's trouble now. I don't have a door and I don't have windows. Who's going to pay for all this?
My friend Deckard will fix that all up. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm a handyman. That's what I do in my spare time. I fix that. Well, we saw a giant. The windows started blowing out. We were down the road. We saw the windows start blowing out. We came up here to make sure you were all right.
All right, make a deception check.
I love it.
Oh God, I'm not really good at these.
It's fine. Oh no.
3.
We just
Get a
keep
+7.
we're just taking turns shoving foots in our mouths. That's all we're doing right now. We're like, we don't really know why we broke in here. We're here to rape and pillage. We think we don't know.
She says the older woman now is still talking, and the younger girl is just kind of looking at her more, just to see how she's going to respond to you guys, more than even looking at you. In fact, the younger girl's like, Mom, do I need to get Ophalia? And the older woman says, now, just a second here. These strangers look like they may be more well-to-do than some of our customers. So just one more second. I'm sorry. You said that you saw the windows smashing out. You had nothing to do with it, young man?
I personally had nothing to do with it.
Can I interject?
Yeah.
I say, ma'am, I'm so sorry. My friends don't have the eyes that can see in the dark as well as I can. We thought that there was something crawling up the side of your building, and I saw it try and smash through the windows, and I told my very strong friend here to burst through the door because we heard you from the outside and how startled you were by the attack, and we had just been traveling down this path, and we wanted to make sure that everything was okay. And if you are in need of assistance, we're here now. And if you would let us secure the building, we would love to go. We can go through story by story and make sure that everything's okay. We mean you no harm.
She says,
That's Blackwood right there, baby. That's it.
You certainly look like you meant us harm. You're tearing down our building and barging into our home. I'm about ready to. Well, I don't know, but well, we definitely need somebody to pay for all of this. Things haven't been too well for us in the first place. First of all, I'd like to ask you all to leave right away, and we'll maybe resume this conversation from the outside. I don't like you in my home right now.
All right, Coin.
Man, I'm worried for your health. I worry if that we leave that the whatever creature we saw on the outside of the building is already inside, and I think for your safety we should remain. But we can repair the building. I did spend 237 gold recently on a couple of horses, so I'm not very great with money. I do have something. I don't know if you see this hide that I'm wearing, this wonderfully crafted bugbear. You know, we have ways to repay you for whatever damage has been done, even though it hasn't been done by us. Keep in mind, it was done by something that we saw. Otherwise, why would we be here? You know, we don't want to be in Barovia. We're adventurers that were wandering by. So let us help you. I'm afraid that we can't leave because there might be danger inside your home.
Her eyes kind of narrow as you're saying things, and her composure almost changes a little bit. But when you mention that you spent money on horses and that you mention that you're well-to-do, she kind of looks at all three of you again and says, "Well, I think the only way to solve this situation is with plenty of coin. So So first, I would definitely need you to leave. I can't have anybody, as threatening as this group here in my home with my two daughters, my two beautiful daughters, and they're not. So first of all, let's discuss how much it's going to cost to repair my building. As you please leave.
Let me do a persuasion check because she's not fucking hearing me that there could be a monster in her home.
Yeah. Go ahead, and make a persuasion check on that. She says, yeah, it's very clear that you're not from this area, and maybe what you perceive as monsters or creatures or a threat is just sort of commonplace. So you need to settle yourself down, son.
Who broke your window?
Well, I'm gonna have to guess it was you or one of your companions, and that's gonna be added to the cost of repairs for sure.
Oh, you know what? I walk out. I walk
I think-
outside. I said, let's talk about it outside. I don't give a fuck. We've given her chances.
All right, so you step out.
I think Alaric is starting to get a little frustrated. So she's like laying down to me. Yeah, you know what?
She's on they're on the steps. They kind of came running halfway down the steps. The one that they called Bella was the younger, homely looking lady is at the base of the steps, and the mom is like halfway down the steps, just kind of looking at you and talking. To you.
Alaric's gonna say. He's gonna say something to them, and he's gonna say, I came in here because I thought that somebody needed some help, some saving. I didn't know what was going on, and I don't appreciate the barrage of yelling and screaming and demands. So unless you have hot, fresh food for me, I'm out of here. I don't care about your demands. And he's gonna turn around and walk away.
And she says, well, yeah, well, my large, strange-looking friend. She says, we do have food, but I don't understand why you're getting frustrated when you almost tore down my entire house.
I thought you were under attack, and I was trying, and I heard what sounded like innocent, helpless people being attacked, and I was trying to help. I'm sorry. Sorry about your door. Sorry that you're slightly a bitch. I'm leaving.
She when you say the noise or whatever, she kind of looks at her daughter or the woman named Bella and kind of gives her a dirty look. She says, well, no, we're not under. There's no danger here. We were just finishing our nightly chores and about ready to get to bed until you guys started busting out our windows and smashing down our doors.
At this point, throughout the conversations and having, not just directly back and forth with her, but having heard her talk to my companions, can I make any kind of insight check to see how truthful I think she is with everything she's saying?
Yeah, just generally speaking, or was there something she said that you're suspicious of?
I don't know. It's just
see if if you got a good vibe on her, like.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yep, you can make a insight check.
Okay.
And can I, after this, am I allowed to do deception quickly after persuasion? Like, I also have a +7 to deception. I want to deceive next. Like, I try and persuade, and then I'm like, I want to lie to her.
Yep. All right. So Alaric, you're kind of like you're engaging in the conversation, but you're also listening to what they're saying, and you haven't thought anything sounded suspicious yet, or that her mannerisms weren't genuine.
Okay. So I leave.
And then she says, well, now you mentioned food and you mentioned coin. So in addition to the repair bill that we're going to calculate, we're definitely open to. We have food. In fact, well, I'll say we were the best. We were the best bakery in all of the land. We used to supply a lot of our delicious pastries to both the village of Barovia and Valaki. Unfortunately, our customers have sort of dried up in the village. We haven't had any orders from the Blood of the Vine Tavern, but Valaki's business is booming. So that's, in fact, we were just making a huge batch for the festival, and we have plenty of spares. And if you're willing to buy some, that may bring down the repair bill a little bit.
Decker, do you want to do anything before I do anything?
No, I'm just like, I'm just standing by the door, just following Blackwind and Alaric's lead.
All right, I walk back in real quick and I say, "Ma'am, we've deceived you. We're actually agents from Vallaki. We have to travel under disguise because of the elements that are out here."
All right, go ahead and roll deception.
Damn it!
You got a +7 on that, though.
I know, but I had 17 last time and it didn't do shit.
She says, her eyes narrow as you say that. And she goes, I don't believe you've ever been to Vallaki, and now I'm starting to wonder what kind of funny business is going on here.
Oh,
If you're not here to buy pastries and to pay for these repairs, I want you all to leave. And now she's talking a little bit more assertively. I need you all to leave right now, unless I start to see some coin.
All right, I just sit down like I'm a baby, like I'm a toddler. I just sit down. I'm just like,
So
what are you gonna do?
you're not here to buy anything.
Oh God.
I'm not attacking anyone.
She looks at Deckard and Alaric and she says, "Well, I don't know that this is going to be a sensible business prospect for us. Unless you two gentlemen disagree, it doesn't sound like we're coming to any sort of a deal. Is that right?"
I'm not giving gold to anybody. I don't even know I don't even know what's happening. And I just turn around and I start walking back towards the horses.
Don't you think Thornton would want some pastries? I mean, really.
Alaric's
She
already
nods her
gone.
head- She nods her head up and down as you're walking away, and she says, and she looks back at Alaric and she says, "And you, big fella, are you here to purchase some pies and some pastries and to pay for my door, or are you going to leave and take your friend who's sitting on my front porch?"
I'm not gonna say anything.
I would
I'm gonna
like
walk
to
away.
roll intimidation and say, "Give us 3 pies, or I'm gonna burn your windmill to the ground."
Oh God.
Roll intimidation.
I love
That's
how
not a
Crocus
joke.
goes from one end of the spectrum to the other. It's
He
awesome.
played
He's
nice
like,
for 10 minutes, and he was
He's
just
like,
I can't.
it's like,
listen
can we be
Dude,
friends? Can we be
I
friends?
can't.
No, I'm kidding. I'm burning your house down and killing your daughters.
I did.
Okay. So as you're saying that, and as you're becoming more and more threatening, she moves down the steps in front of her daughter, and she nods to this woman, who goes to the top of the stairs. So they kind of pass each other over as you're spouting out this nonsense. She gets to the bottom, and where there was this sort of there's this like upright sort of barrel in the middle of the room. She says, "Well, sounds like we don't have any sort of a business arrangement here." And she knocks on the barrel 3 times and says, "Bella, go get your sister." I need you to roll initiative. Anyone who's near the windmill.
I want to charm. Is it too late for me to?
It's too late, brother.
I have
Too late,
charm,
brother.
I have charm person.
Too late.
I'm the
Okay.
fight.
I know you do, but you need to roll initiative.
Combat
Well,
started.
There's no one.
I know.
Everyone walked
Hey,
out.
Great
right?
Crocus. Combat started. Roll initiative.
You disobey the DM.
I didn't disobey.
Crocus
Now, did I
is
get away or
Crocus
not?
is the
Did I
type
roll
of guy
initiative or did I
that when he
leave
gets
and I'm like-
when he gets pulled over for speeding and he goes, "What are you talking about? I wasn't speeding, you stupid cop."
Hey, can I roll again, or should I just add +2 to the 5 because I didn't add +2?
Just
Oh,
add
no,
it.
you can add the +2. That's fine.
Okay, so I have a 7.
So what
Am
are
I
me and
rolling
Sparkle
initiative?
doing?
Decker, that's up to you. So you're kind of like you're walking away as you hear this like sort of confrontation starting, and so you can either like pick up your pace and get away from the group and back towards the other half of the group, or
Sure.
you can turn back around and ready yourself. If you do that, roll initiative. If you don't, you're walking. You're still moving towards the rest of the group.
You want to
Got
know
it.
what's going on here?
So when I hear it, suppose I want to like circle to like the back of the windmill. Can I do that or like?
You could do that, but you'll be in the initiative. where I'm in,
Initiative? Okay.
yeah, which is fine. I mean, these are 5-foot squares, so you got plenty of movement to do that kind of stuff.
What are me and Sparkle doing? We're just hanging out.
Yeah, you've heard. I mean, you're about 500 feet away. So, you're 500 feet away. It's going to take you several turns of combat at your movement speed to get back up to the door. You heard the boom when Alaric slammed into the building. You saw it shake, and you've heard shouting. You've heard like a cackling, high pitched yapping and that. But you
what
can't
if they
make
ride the horses though? Can that take less than like a turn
Yeah.
or two?
Yeah, you'd have to sort of mount and dismount the horse and roll up, but it may save you a turn.
I rolled an 8 on initiative. I gotta get a glass of water.
Okay. Why don't we take? I got to piss. So why don't we take a quick break while I load up?
I got to pee too.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I thought that she would talk to us.
Well, maybe if you would have bought a couple pastries.
Well,
So sometimes you gotta give a little, get a little.
when she was being deceptive, I'm like, what are they, poison? Like, I'm not gonna just give you a
You
pie that
you
Hey, I
broke
bought
into
this
her.
pie.
You broke into her house.
It's a fucking windmill in Barovia. All
You
right.
broke
Suck my-
into her home.
Okay.
You could buy a couple of pies and then
I
fucking
started
throw them
out
out.
strong. I started out strong. I don't have any gold. I gave it all away for horses. All right. I'm gonna pee. God damn it.
Who thought the drunk dwarf would have been the sensible one? Who would have thought that the dwarf that rips caskets off of fucking dead people's coffins and tries to hit people with them?
All right. Let's see. So, Alaric, you rolled a 21.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know what? I'm gonna add Sparkle and Thornton in case they decide to start moving up.
It's gonna take a really long time.
Yeah, you can double move.
Yeah. $4 TB hard drive for $90. Is that a good deal?
Jesus, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy that terabytes are just like so common now. I never thought that would be a thing.
remember buying like 100 megabyte hard drive for
Right.
hundreds of dollars and thinking it was. I'll never use all that space. How many 10K booby pictures can I store on a 100 meg hard drive?
Oh, my floppy disks are full. How much did a floppy hold? 55.
1.44 megabytes.
That's right.
I get it, or 3 point, or you could do like
God, what a waste.
double-sided or something like that, right?
What a waste.
Who is up at my shop at 10 o'clock at night putting fucking air in their tires?
I
Wait,
could do that if I
have-
was around.
Wait, can you show us the video? Put it up to the screen.
It's not a video. It's just I get when there's motion at certain times. There's a screen.
How much you charge for air?
See this guy's putting air in his tires. See my Jeeps
25
out
cents?
there. I don't
So
charge.
you have-
I don't charge anything. Yeah.
Oh, dude. So all the places here charge for air. So, like, if there was a place that didn't charge for air, I would go there.
Everywhere charges for air but Lastoria's, and it's been like that forever.
Yeah.
That should be your jingle. Like, everywhere charges for air except Lastoria's.
No,
All
one
right.
time I was disgruntled because I had to put air in tires when it was like 5 degrees out, and Don was like, "I'm gonna make a sign. You have to charge $2 for air," but he didn't do it, which is good. It's fine because you can't do that because then people are gonna be like, "Fuck that." Sorry, it's a dream.
All right, so after Blackwin and Alaric just kind of go back and forth with the old lady, and she comes down to the bottom of the stairs. The other daughter goes, and you now see a third daughter, or a second daughter, a third woman. Looks about the same age as the other one. I think of like Sleeping Beauty, Wicked Stepsisters, kind of ugly. You know, one's kind of like just big nose, frumpy. They're just frumpy, homely looking.
Like Patty and
women.
Selma from The Simpsons.
Yeah, like same raspy. But anyhow, they come down and they're now sort of like looking at all three of you, looking at the three of you, very sort of angrily. They're staying real tight with each other. The mother now is standing right in front of Alaric, and even though he's much taller than her, good 2.5 feet taller than her, she's staring him down. And Alaric, what do you want to do? This old lady.
Was it my? Is it? I mean, it's my turn in attack. For you, is what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, I got the turn order up. So
Okay, I
they
just
are-
okay.
I can't believe this is really going down. These innocent old women.
I didn't mean for this to happen this time.
All right.
Fuck shit up. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cigarettes,
So
cigarettes,
the
cigarettes.
main bitch, the old one, I'm gonna chop her up real good. I'm
Real
going
good.
to I'm going to use my bonus action to let out just a ravenous battle cry, and I'm going to attempt to just fucking decapitate her in front of her granddaughters in
Dan,
a
did you plan
single
for this?
swing.
Did you account for this, Dan, when you're playing this section?
I don't care. I've had enough of these stupid fucking bitches.
I try to
That's
account
for
for yeah. With this group, there's a lot of threads that are possibilities.
So, So
Yes.
I am going to hold on. Let me.
Oh yes, yes.
I can
So
see
use
Dan
my
at work. Are they gonna
raise,
fight these
plus
old
2.
people? Are they gonna fight these old?
So I
women?
am.
gotta plan
I'm
for it.
going to attack recklessly. So I mean, unless there's something weird going on, I should get advantage here, and I'm going to use my great weapon master feat, so I lose some hit. So I'm gonna roll these two. So 14 and 12
Okay.
to hit the old.
This is
bitch.
with your great sword. So
By
this
the
is a
great sword,
single-
yeah.
This is a single attack, but you get advantage because you're attacking recklessly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you swing at this old lady, and Blackwind, you're sitting like Indian style on the floor now, and you walk, and you're like, you almost look away, expecting her head to come clear off, right? And you actually make contact with her, with sort of right, and you kind of miss her neck and hit more in her shoulder, and your sword just stops and surprises you that it does not pierce.
Oh, good. Good.
She kind of her face sort of twists into like an evil snarl as she kind of like looks at you, almost kind of winking, and smiles this like big toothed grin.
Oh, good. What new devilry is
Blackman
this?
just goes, I'm sorry.
So I mean, I literally don't do. I do 0 damage to her.
Yeah, you didn't hit.
That's
But
good.
do you get a second attack or something, or?
Oh! I didn't hit. Oh, so I missed.
You did not pass her defenses, I guess is the way to say it.
Okay. All right. I
didn't
I
do
thought
that.
I did hit, but she was like a demon from the 7th layer of hell. You're like maybe a little bit of both.
So right. So an attack that hits can either miss contact or can miss getting through the defenses. In this case, with that roll, you made contact, but for whatever reason, even though this woman appears to be a frail old lady, your good contact strike did not pierce her skin for some reason.
So you
Okay.
didn't hit-
I
you
just
hit with a 14.
I've never had that happen before. I didn't understand what that meant.
Sorry.
No, that's it for me because I use my bonus action for my rage.
Okay.
Anything that attacks me, I have disadvantage on. FYI, don't forget.
Did me and Sparkle hear anything yet?
You saw the building shake. Are you guys could have been coming this whole.
Well, they don't know
can-
what's going on,
can-
right? I mean, this is
can-
all happening in a matter of minutes,
can-
Crocus.
Can Dan Lastoria kind of answer that? Or-
Yeah, it's almost
sorry.
like you're standing like 10 houses down on a street, and you hear people shouting and fighting, 10 a couple blocks away.
So can I? So I don't want to interrupt. So this is in the combat, right? So like I'm saying this real time. Like this is what I'm noticing real time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So can I say to Spargle, am I allowed to do that? Even though
Yeah.
this isn't.
Yeah. Yep.
Can I? So I want to say to Spargle, oh, I don't know. Maybe we should head over there, lad. What do you think? Sounds like it's getting hot and heavy.
Did they do the
I did not. I didn't see it, but I heard some sounds I didn't like, lad.
I heard a crashing noise too. I wonder if they're in trouble. Maybe we should get over there.
I know. Hey, Bismarck, what do you think over there? Do you want to go help them, or? Oh, I don't know. Maybe me and Irina could just hang out over here. And... I don't know. I'm just really scared. Is that right? I mean, is that it? Did I get it about right?
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah. Because I want to go over there. I mean, me and Sparkle are ready to
Yeah. So I think you guys could start. Yeah. Well, Sparkle, whatever you decide you want to do.
I say we should probably get over there.
Maybe Sparkle, you can set an alarm around them while we go.
Let's see. I don't know if that
That
works.
takes 10 minutes, right?
Oh, it takes.
Yeah,
10
it
minutes?
takes me 10 minutes.
If
Yeah,
some-
we're in like 6-second rounds.
Yeah, exactly. That's not going to work.
I'd say maybe you guys come with us, but just hang back a bit.
Yeah, can we get on the
If it looks like it's getting bad, then you guys need to run. But I don't want
getting
you.
on the horses make us go faster?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The horse speed's at 40. I think your movement speed might be, both of you might be kind of slow because you're short fellas. You might be like 25.
Yeah, we got short legs. All right, let's do it. Let's
Yeah,
hop on the
I'm
horses.
25
25
also.
So you could hop on like a horse together and just start tearing up there. I'd let you kind of use your action to do that and then move 40 feet the first turn.
Spargo, hop on Holyfield with me. Get up. And then you see Holyfield, the ram, just go. Well, it's a goat. It's a ram, so it doesn't really. But,
All right, I'm gonna let you do that as a free kind of turn that you did as this was all starting. So you're still where you're at in the initiative order, but you're now about 40 feet closer to the windmill. You're about
Okay.
360 feet away.
Cool.
Still gonna take you, and you can double move. So you'll be able to go, like if you're really hauling ass on a horse, you'll be able to go about 80 feet in a turn.
So that's per my turn, not per turn of each person.
Well, since you're sharing a horse, it'll be you driving the horse and Sparkle on back. So yeah, every time you have a turn, you get to move 80 feet closer.
Okay. Got
You're
it.
about 4 to 5 turns away from the windmill.
All right, so it's gonna be a bit.
Sorry, but that's where we're at. Okay.
That's it.
So you guys start tearing up the hill on the horse. 4 to 5 turns is only 30 seconds, but this is all happening
Sure.
sort of quickly. So now the old woman, after she kind of looks and snarls, smirks at Alaric, she okay. She casts a spell. She starts saying something in a really weird tongue that you've never heard before. It even sounds more sort of different than what you've heard, like Blackwind and Sparkle's sort of arcane speak that you've started to get used to. She giggles and kind of like wiggles her fingers as she's chanting at you, Alaric, and I need you to make a sorry, I'm gonna have to go slow on this because this was unexpected and a little complicated. So I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. So Blackwind, you're seeing this from behind, and you don't know what's going on, but you see Alaric, his body start to just wiggle like jello almost, like start to like lose its sort of form and shape, and he's just sort of just like wiggling around as you start to and Alaric, you don't know what's going on. Your whole vision and everything starts to like shift around, and you feel real strange as you start to feel yourself like almost shrink towards the ground, and your armor and clothing and everything just sort of like just disintegrate around you as your body collapses down into a toad about this big.
Oh, dude.
Shouldn't have fucked with these people.
So he was just polymorphed?
Yes.
Holy shit.
I'm never
Hey,
talking
can my
to
fucking
any-
drunk ass paladin dwarf friend cleanse me?
If I ever get there.
Oh wait, this isn't Warcraft.
No, sir.
All right. So at that, she kind of like laughs a little bit. Now the barrel that she pounded on, that she tapped on, she did this weird tapping. It was very distinct. Like, you noticed the whoever looked in the, I think Alaric kind of saw first. It was just this barrel of just like this oily like substance. Sorry, now I'm dealing with roll 20 nonsense here.
Target range doesn't equal resurrection range either, Murray. As we've learned.
Whoops.
So
Well, I can heal you.
this barrel of blackish green liquid in the middle of the room, suddenly this small little like gremlin like head sort of like rises up out
this is getting worse.
of the liquid.
What'd you guys do?
Oh shit.
You couldn't have bought a fucking pie and walked
We
out?
apparently tried to save the Wicked Witch of the East.
We apparently.
You
We
couldn't
thought
just
they
get a
were in
fucking
trouble.
cannoli and leave?
Yeah, can we run away? Can we run away?
Sure.
Grab your frog.
Yeah, right. Grab
Hey,
the
you
frog on
shut
the
your
way out.
I got the frog. You shut your mouth about the frog. We don't talk about the frog.
Yeah, a
All
frog
right.
who has a frog. Now we're fucked.
So you see this head
Oh,
of
wow.
that thing
Oh,
raise up
my
out.
God.
And it's like it's doing this thing where it's like and like snot and the green goo is coming out of its
Ew,
face.
dude.
It's nice to see Neil made an appearance in the. What's up,
Oh.
Neil?
Looks like a
making all
monster
these,
version
like-
of Winston.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's got a lot of like slobber and slur coming out of it as it just
Slur.
it's just kind of looking around the room like that, and it just kind of like has this like gremlin like mischievous smile on its face as its hands are just clinging over the side of the barrel.
Looks like an HD version of those fucking things from Ghostbusters 2. Those statues.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
from one.
That
That's
was
Ghostbusters
that was
1.
from-
Oh, is that
one.
the first one?
Yeah.
That, thank you. The
Up on the top of the
scariest
building?
movie of all
That.
time.
Yeah. That's.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And it ruined my life.
Yeah.
Rick Moranis is trying to get to the
Oh, yeah.
Glass.
This is terrifying. I don't like this.
Yeah. You couldn't have just bought
It
a
only has
cannoli and
four.
left.
It only has 4 fingers. No, I'm not as scared.
I'm gonna charm her, by the way.
Yeah, you're gonna charm. Yeah, you're definitely gonna charm these things.
I'm gonna use this actual spell instead of trying to fucking.
Can't you like
roll-
summon Cthulhu or something? Can't you do that?
You wouldn't want that because it's just gonna.
Hey,
spin apart.
at this point, what difference does it fucking make? He's a frog.
Well, I'm excited about you. You and Sparkle, you're gonna come onto a real party. You're gonna be like, oh, they're just.
I will
it's
diffuse the
the first
situation.
episode
Okay.
of Black Mirror.
I'm gonna run up and say, "Lady, do you need help from these guys?"
Right.
All right.
Like,
Okay. So the woman that you saw last, the one that's at the very top of the steps, she looks down, and when Alaric turns into a toad, and it's not a giant toad, it's a toad, and it's kind of on the floor. She starts giggling and cackling, and she goes, "Oh, that's for the we'll make one of our other meat pies out of that one." And she says she kind of points at Blackwin. And you hear her. Yeah. So she makes that joke about Thoradin, she kind of like flashes her hands, kind of like points both her hands, almost like Shooter McGavin, right at Blackwin, and these bolts of these like what look like arrows made out of light. 3 of them come flying out of her hands and kind of go like little like tracer kind of rockets.
Magic missile.
I need
There you
a
go.
potion.
I don't want to just say magic missile. I'm trying to make it more theatric for you guys,
No,
but
go for
No,
it.
I-
You can't not.
she does. So am I. I didn't want to do all this.
I didn't want to do all this shit. I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought it wasn't gonna go there. I thought they were friends. I'm sorry. I really.
So these automatically hit. There's no attacker or any kind of
Good.
defense against this.
So like every NPC when Dan does preparation, he's like, okay, here's a nice old lady who's making sweet pies.
Yeah, I thought
I
they
have
were
to
just
prepare for them to be attacked.
We are the murder hobo group. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Now. That's
Yeah.
it.
We weren't murdering. We were trying to help.
And then we tried to murder.
Yeah, you were obviously a very big help.
Oh, you think they don't work for Strahd? You think this is a coincidence that they're just some
Dude,
wizard?
she was just baking pies and shit. She's evil.
Are you insane? Are you insane right now? You think?
Yeah, try and turn it around. All right, whatever.
All right. So these 3 glowing darts of magical force come flying out, and they all strike you, Blackwin, right in the Adam's apple as you're sitting there, all smug and cross-legged, and I'm not going anywhere. And boom, 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 they all hit you, like right into the throat, for 10 damage.
Did I get a disadvantage by sitting down?
Link
Not
established.
Wow. No, but I mean, you're since you are sitting down, you'll have to stand up, and you're kind of in a prone type of position right now. But it didn't matter for this.
All right, 10 damage. Man, thank God I used all my fucking rolls. All right. Still
All
good,
right,
though.
Deckard. Deckard kind of does like a little bit of a spin move, kind of NBA style, and dips out of your sight, Blackwind. He kind of goes around the backside of the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that a move? Did you already make your move, Will?
What's that? Yeah.
All right, so now we just gotta wait for the other daughter, who's super hot, to do something. That's good. That's great. I hope she hits me in the fucking face. God.
All right.
Are you?
I'm the only target right now.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's not good for you. So the woman at the bottom of the stairs, the one that was really talking to you guys the most at the beginning, she runs up and she reaches down and she scoops up Alaric in her hands, the toad.
Oh no.
And she walks over to the
Stretch.
No, actually, she. Sorry. So the wooden trunk that you guys noticed. Trying to think if that was the. Yeah, so there's just a heavy wooden trunk in the room. So right here. I don't know if you can see it where I'm pinging it. So she kind of runs across the room. She scoops up Alaric, the toad, and then she moves over and kind of lifts up the lid on that thing, and you suddenly hear all kinds of like croaking from there. Blackwind, you barely see like a little bit of sort of movement. It's just a pile of toads, and she whips Alaric the toad into the chest and then drops the lid on it.
Oh shit.
And then she kind of stands over there and she's kind of she's staring at you, Blackwind, and with this just nasty, like her teeth are just.
Wait, so she's cooking him?
She's black. Well, no, she just threw him into a big pile of other toads that were in this giant trunk.
I'll be back real quick. I gotta let Winston out.
Yep. And then she looks back at Blackwind and she's just got this nasty, like, black teeth and.
Blackwind, you better make this right, brother. You better make this right.
All right, I'm gonna fucking try my hardest. Is it my turn?
Yep.
All right, I want to charm her.
Okay.
I gotta cast a spell though. It just says. It doesn't say what to roll. It just says charmed.
Yeah. So I think we talked about this last time, and it's like you get it. You
Link
get like sort
established.
of an automatic hit on this. She has to roll a save. Let me double check though.
I want to charm her and make her pull Alaric out.
Okay, let's see.
She's gonna know what the
Charm
fuck.
person. So you attempt to charm a humanoid. It must make a wisdom savings throw and does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. So since you're already a big threat, she gets advantage on this. If it fails, she's charmed by you until your spell ends or until you guys do any harm to her. The charmed creature thinks you as a friendly acquaintance. Now, when you cast this spell using a second level slot, now you can cast this up to as a warlock, you cast it at max level. So you cast this as a third level spell,
Yes.
which means that you can actually charm 3 people at once. You can attempt to charm 3 at once.
I would like to charm every fucking person in the room, but primarily the person who just put the frog, known formerly as Alaric, in the tub.
Well,
So
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
be
have
doing that at disadvantage.
Yeah, all 3 of them are going to be at rolling with advantage. All 3 of them will.
But charming more than one person doesn't make it a disadvantage against. I primarily want the person who put, because that way we don't have to get through the frog.
Yeah. So it's
All right.
it wouldn't make sense for you to not try to charm all three of them. There's
Right.
Okay.
there's nothing negative
Okay.
for you. But just to be fair, this is going to be rather difficult because you're already fighting them. You're trying to cast a spell on what are purportedly spell.
I'm not even engaged. I'm not engaged yet. Right?
Well, you are
I mean,
fighting. Yeah, you guys
They're
are fighting.
engaged.
They're fighting you. They're shooting
fighting
magic
you.
missiles at you. All right. So anyhow, so your wisdom. So what's your save, or what's the save they have against it, which is your hit DC, save DC on your spells? Should be right under spells on the top right. It should say save DC. That's what they have to beat.
15.
15.
DC
and
is-
Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm going to roll for the one that threw Alaric in the trunk first. Huh. So. Okay. So she is charmed. All right. That's pretty impressive.
Oh.
Okay. So Morgantha, I'm sorry, the main woman, the mother, she is not charmed. So the mother that was, that Alaric swung at and that turned him into a toad, she kind of looks at her daughter over here, this Bella, and is just sort of like looking like kind of curious, like, oh wow, what's going on over there? And then finally the daughter at the top of the stairs, you attempt to charm. She also just kind of, you could tell the spell doesn't take effect. She kind of looks at you guys like, what's going on?
That's
But-
fine. Now I can talk to her, right?
Bella, the woman that scooped up Alaric and threw him in the trunk, now seems to, she just gets this funny look on her face as she kind of like is just looking around the room, almost like she just woke up from being knocked out and doesn't know what's going on, and kind of looks at you, Blackwind. She's looking right at you.
And I
she
say-
only recognizes you.
And I say, sweetheart, pull that frog you just put in there out of the chest and then attack your mom because she killed your daddy.
Oh my god.
No, it's not a fucking joke. We're trying to save Lark's life here. I should be dead.
I just love the daddy.
Lark's a frog. I'm trying to, I was being aggressive and now chest, like it's fucking over. Like I'm done. I'm gonna kill all of them. Get it done. Pull the froggy out, and then I want you to fucking kill your mom.
Oh my god. You're like Charles Manson. Oh my.
Because your mommy.
I want you to kill mommy because mommy killed daddy.
All right, so just a little bit of out of character, just to level set the sort of extent of this power. It's not like full on mind control, okay? So you can't like tell
Right,
her what
but
to
I'm
do.
saying
You can't-
I can tell her to do one action.
Well, how about
Yeah, well,
let Dan
so
finish
she
it?
regards you as an ally. She's like, you're a trusted friend of hers. She's not going to do anything crazy. She still knows who her family is. She's not going to attack them
All right.
on your behalf. She won't attack you though. She won't attack your friends. And I will give you that when you say pull the toad out, she's like, oh yeah. Why would I put him in there? That's so silly of me. She lifts the trunk up and she pulls Alaric the toad out in her hands, and she's kind of holding him and just
But
looking
can
at
I-
you.
In
Kind
the
of
same action, could I have been like, can I say like, and pull them out and toss them to me?
That's about all she can do right now. Well, it's not her turn either, so I'll give you that she at least is holding him, and it's now out of the.
So he's no longer lost in the tub of motherfucking frogs.
Yes.
Okay, good.
All right, Spargle, it's your turn. You're on the back of Thoradin's mount. Thoradin, it's your turn. I assume you're still hauling ass.
We are going as fast as we can.
Yeah,
Are you
we're-
on Holyfield?
We're on Holyfield.
All right, so that's another 80 feet. So you're now 280 feet away from the.
Can I use a spell slot to cast Misty Step to even go another extra few feet?
I don't know. I think so.
Briefly surrounded by Millet Mist, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see.
So it's only you. So you wouldn't be able to transport, or you wouldn't be
sorry,
able to move your mount
forgot
or.
Yeah, forget it.
All right. So you're barreling forward. Alaric, you're a toad.
Can he like ribbit? Can he move? Can he?
Yeah. Do you want to ribbit? Can you ribbit for the stream?
Robert, I don't know how to. I don't know how to.
No, that was good.
Hey,
Yeah,
sir.
that was really good. That was solid.
Does he
How do I
notice like
ribbit?
any flies? Does he see like flies? Does he have like fly sense? Like he, is he hungry for flies?
Yeah, does he have like his
Ribbit?
intelligence
Ribbit?
to him at all, or is
Like
he
what's
just...
he like? What are you thinking, Alaric, as a toad? Like what are you thinking? Like, oh, I wish I could get a fly right.
Rivet?
All right, fair
That's
enough.
what I'm thinking. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Ribbit?
Worm.
Flies?
Dan, I texted you a question.
Oh, texted me.
Yeah, not
So
over
whose
Slack.
turn-
I
Whose turn
texted
is it now? The Neil Beast? I think it's the Neil Beast's turn, right?
Yeah. Neil, what do you want to do? You're blowing some dudes in here, or what are we doing? Oh my God, that's really good. Good job.
I'm
What?
so good at
This
that,
is-
right?
It's some sweet role playing you got there. All right, so at this point, that weird-looking gremlin creature that's just hanging out of the barrel, he kind of lifts his head up and like makes this like pig snorting kind of noise, and you see these gills on the side of his face open up as this green gas just starts to ooze out of his face and just sort of fill the inside of this floor of the windmill.
You got to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, you guys gonna leave? Or?
All
We
right.
can't.
You're gonna die. You're not. Things aren't going real
Yeah,
well.
You guys are gonna die, and we're gonna have to clean up the mess.
Alaric's still a frog. We're not going to leave a man behind.
Yeah, but maybe. Yeah.
More the woman, the mother, sees this creature doing that. She kind of reaches over and pets its head a little bit, and then
She eats it.
Dude, this is. Does she blow?
She bites its head off.
all right. I'm sorry. There's a lot of crazy shit in here that I don't know how it works, so I gotta look things up as I go. Okay. So she moves over towards the bottom of the steps, and now the only threat she really sees is Blackwind, and she like pulls it looks like she's pulling something off her back, but she's like giggling and cackling again in that strange arcane language, and she rolls her arms forward, and then just arcs of lightning just fill the room.
Holy shit.
I have lightning, so if I cut out, it's because the tower went out.
Oh, geez. Okay. I hope it doesn't happen.
When does it lightning in the winter? Is that a thing?
I don't think that's good.
Now it is.
Mm.
Oh, that's fine.
It's heat lightning. The icebergs, Trump Towers.
Yeah.
All right, you need to make a dexterity savings throw, Blackwind. And since you're still sitting down on the ground, you
I'm
need to do
still
this.
saying that. Oh, jeez.
Dude, get the fuck up.
Alec,
You
When
need
I
to-
charmed, I didn't immediately stand up.
Huh?
It didn't. When I cast Charm Person, I didn't have to stand up to do that. Like I just was. I see. I should have told better. I wasn't thinking that I was.
I'm fine for you to retcon that if you said if you would have naturally
Is
stood.
everyone okay with that? Standing
I'm
up.
fine with that.
Yeah, please.
I stood up when I did that. That's in my mind. I didn't think of it.
In my mind.
So you said dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
How the fuck do I do that?
Ribbit.
Just roll a d20 and add your dex modifier.
Okay.
So what you're trying to do is there's lightnings just flying all around you, and you're trying to avoid it the best you can.
Fuck, kill me. What the fuck?
Hey,
Jesus.
sorry. Is my friend Matt gonna lose power in New York?
What'd you say about losing power in New York?
I asked Suri if you were going to lose power in New York. I said my friend
She
Matt.
don't. She don't.
She
don't know
goes. She
shit.
goes. We need your bank account information and your blood type before we can unlock
Yeah,
your phone.
Yeah, right. You can turn your location
Get
settings.
hate my
right?
phone.
All right. So this lightning, you stood up. You charmed her daughter, and she just points both hands at you, and the lightning just envelops you entirely.
Oh, like Palpatine lightning? Is that what?
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's got the whole like
awesome.
Palpatine and Luke Skywalker kind of thing going on. You're arcing, and you take 34 damage.
Sounds
Like
like the
with Tom-
chick I took to my senior prom.
Like when Tom Cruise killed Oprah?
Hey, wasn't that Aaron?
It was.
Did you say 34 damage?
Yeah.
So you're dead, right?
You're like, that can't
This is
possibly be the number. Did you say 34?
That's good.
Do we have white protection?
Guess what happens
Oh,
to me?
Can somebody
And
DI?
I'm just like, just get it, you fucking bitch.
As smoke is rising from your toasted head.
Yeah. You don't
All
know
right.
the true power of the dark side.
The woman at the top of the stairs, she looks over and she goes, Bella, what are you doing? Put the toad back in the box. That's gonna be some meat for later. What are you doing? And Bella just looks at her really confused and looks at Blackwind, who's now all jittering. You know, he's doing his twitch. He's doing the twitch. And from the lightning. And sorry, this takes me a second.
Is there a way to rewind it in your stream, Adam?
I don't think so. And until it goes to the saved video.
And then she looks back at you, Blackwind, and kind of just points. She's just pointing like a
I'm
like
dead.
a
I'm unconscious.
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't tell me that. I'm sorry. So that knocked you out.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So she looks over. So Bella, the other girl, daughter, when you drop, she sort of snaps out of it, and she looks down at this toad that she has in her hand, and she looks really confused. But the other woman does say that to Bella, and is like, "Well, what are you doing?" And then she comes down, and she starts dragging Blackwind up the stairs.
Oh, good. Oh, that's where I wanted to go.
Blackwind's unconscious body.
This is species 2. That's good.
So after that, you see. So as she's dragging you up the stairs, Alaric, you're now being held in this woman's hand, and you're just sitting there as a toad, just sort of like, just observing what's going on, kind of like, get me out of here. I don't know, help, is all you can really think. You hear a crazy snarling noise from the floor above as you see just this massive, just black fur and just this like wicked fast like movement of a large creature about the size of a small bear come barreling down the stairs and kind of lands in between where that woman is dragging Blackwind up and the woman who's at the top of the stairs. And it's clear that it's a big black werewolf.
Is there like any other nightmares that are gonna pop out of this house that?
Well, hey, I have one question, and I'm not trying to tell Alaric what to do, but can he make a dexterity roll to jump? Can he jump out of her hand?
Who's that, Alaric?
No, for Alaric.
Yeah, Lark, you can have it. He'll have a turn as a toad.
Right.
Right now, you're being held in a woman's hands. This big creature that comes down initially, this werewolf lands in the middle of the stairs between the two women, and just looks right at Blackwind like he's ready to just rip his throat out, rip Blackwind's throat out.
Oh, shit.
But maybe perhaps seeing that he's unconscious or whatever, he turns back up and looks towards.
So this werewolf turns around and looks at the old woman carrying Blackwind, and his hands go like this, and his fists start flaming. And
What?
he just swipes right at the bitch's face.
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that again.
So this werewolf's fists just suddenly catch on fire, and he swings and
My
just
God.
claws right at the woman that's carrying you.
Go ahead, roll your attack.
Okay.
13 to hit.
13 total.
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't think that's a hit, but I will say that I'm gonna give her the surprise condition, which I'm not sure what that does, but she would be surprised.
Wouldn't that be almost like its own turn in a way?
Dude, this is
I don't
better
remember.
than like Captain America 3.
There was the third one.
Civil War.
So you get an.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. You get an attack roll on that because you were basically. I'm considering you sort of hidden in the middle of combat. It's a little different than surprise. So go ahead and roll again
Okay.
because you got advantage.
Oh my god. 11.
Okay. So so this werewolf that comes flying from the second floor down in the middle of the steps swings at the daughter, and not only is it a werewolf, but it's on fire, and but this woman, again a frail looking, frumpy looking stepsister lady, just surprised by the fact that the claws don't go through her skin. Oh, good God! Why
Got
is
it.
Did
Oh, you got
modify it?
that. That's great.
My God.
Okay, so I'm gonna take 2 more. So I get an additional
That's
uh,
great.
unarmed strike as part of the predatory strikes thing. So
Okay.
I swing again with the other hand.
Okay. Now you don't get advantage on this one because you already. Okay.
18 to hit.
That's a hit. Is this still with a claw, like a flaming claw?
Yeah, so this is gonna be, so this right here is just like the claw damage. 6 damage,
Okay.
and then I think I get, hang on. Yep, okay. So then this is just gonna be the fire damage. 4 more damage.
Okay. So, not to be too out of character, but is your claw damage considered a magical attack or just a regular
No.
attack?
That's it's an unarmed strike. It's like
Just a physical attack, right?
yeah, so it's
Okay.
technically bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So, so you struck and you feel it digging through her flesh, and so you know it hit her. But for some reason, doesn't seem to do the damage you'd expect. The flames, however, do seem to kind of bubble up her skin a little bit as she, cringes in pain. Overall, though, speaking, doesn't seem to have had a huge effect at all in terms of her overall health.
All right, then I use my extra attack.
That's another hit.
That's the claw damage, 6 damage,
Okay.
and that's the flame damage 1.
Okay. Same sort of overall effect. You know, it does some damage, but you don't feel
Okay.
like it did a lot overall.
And then-
yep.
Can I move over here?
Mhm.
I don't know how much move. So I'm gonna move over
go
next
ahead.
to the woman holding Alaric, the toad.
There we go. I'll put your other token back in here. Everybody knows you're a fucking werewolf now. We get it.
Yeah.
All right, so you move over towards the woman who's still holding Alaric, the toad. Is that it?
Yeah. I don't have any. Yeah. That's
Okay. Oh shit. I'm losing all my.
I mean, I'm dead. So
You're standing in the middle of all this green sort of gas and stuff. So I need you to make a Constitution savings throw.
all right. Here, I'll just do this. 9.
9. Okay, so after you kind of barrage the one daughter and then leap down into the middle of the room, you're panting very heavily and you accidentally breathe in a big lungful of this green smoke. You start choking on it. Your lungs are burning. You are now poisoned until the start of your next turn. Until the start of your next turn. That doesn't really matter all that much. You can't take reactions, though, I guess. Is
Got it. Okay.
All right. Blackwin, you are unconscious. I need you to make a death savings throw.
And Dan, I just rolled that D6 right there.
Yeah.
that's when I'm
That's
best.
the damage
I'm
I take
best.
for doing my.
Oh, thank you. Okay. You got to keep yourself honest on that because I'm not paying a ton of attention. So, all right.
So
You
it's-
have
Wait a minute. How do I do a death saving?
you just
throw?
roll a d20. If you get 10 or higher, you succeed. Otherwise, you fail.
Come on, baby. Oh.
Okay. So that's a failure. You're one step closer to true death. So mark
This
that
might
off.
be. This might be it.
Step
yourself
closer to
off.
the edge, and I'm about to break.
Everything is
Everything you say to me.
Can we take like a 10-second timeout and watch this
Need a
clip?
little room to breathe.
Hold
What
on.
clip?
Bro, just
I
put it on.
will never know
Play it on the stream.
myself until I
Yeah, play on the stream.
All right,
It's
everybody be quiet for 10 seconds. Hold on.
the power of the dark
Full screen.
side. I will never fail.
The woman at the top of the stairs.
Where am I watching this?
Adam stream.
Oh, the stream.
All right, yeah,
Hang on.
just stop talking, and I'm gonna start playing it from the beginning.
Oh, you're on the dark side.
The woman at the top of the stairs.
The power of the dark side.
The woman at the top.
Do it
of the
again. I need to see it.
stairs-
Hang on. Play it again.
Power
Yeah,
of
you
the
gotta wait
dark
5
side.
seconds. I'm trying to log into it.
Yeah, I was logging
the
into
woman
it.
at the top of the stairs.
The power of the dark side.
The woman at the top of the stairs.
The power of the dark side.
Oh my god. The woman at the top. How did you make all that?
Nobody made anything.
That's just
It's just a fucking
Oh,
crap.
that's just how Crocus is in real life.
You did that, right? You made that?
No, you did that.
Nobody made that. It was your shit lagging out after you said that.
I saw that and I was like, oh, I gotta get this.
That is the greatest
No.
thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
I'm not okay with that.
The power of the dark side. And then your
Oh.
fucking eyes go out. I just. You can't make
I can feel your anger. Strike me down.
All right, Spargle and Thornton. I assume you're charging forward, so you're about 80 feet closer. You're about 200 feet away.
Okay.
Alaric, you're a toad. What would you like to do?
So how do I don't know how that works. Like,
Run,
Okay, what-
Toad.
am I aware that I'm a toad?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, you're
Can I-
aware you're a toad.
Can I try to pinch myself to see if I'm dreaming?
Yes.
Okay, I try to pinch myself.
Okay. You like do your little toad hand or something and squeeze yourself, and
I
you're
try-
definitely
Nothing happens.
nothing happens. You're still a toad.
Okay.
The weird creature in the middle of the room, hold on.
Run away, Toad.
Maria, I think
Uh,
I think it'll be shared on my Twitch now. I think.
It leaps up out of the barrel, and kind of lands in the middle of the room. Not at all afraid of the werewolf. You now see that it's not very tall. It literally is a gremlin type of creature. It's probably about 3 feet tall. And it like pops out of there, and it starts biting and clawing at your back, Deckard. First he tries to bite you, and he hits with a natural 20.
Oh,
So he's gonna do. That only does 4 damage.
and I take half. What kind of damage?
Piercing.
I have resistance to that in this form. So 2 damage, right?
Yep, 2 damage.
Okay.
And then his second attack is a 13 to hit with his claw.
That misses.
That misses. Your AC as a werewolf?
My AC as a werewolf is 18.
Wow. Okay. It's better than a real werewolf.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, yep, that's it. And then the woman, the mother, again, she seems a little bit surprised that this werewolf came from her upstairs and didn't expect to see one. And she looks at you for a second. She goes, are you here from with the Dark Lord? What we've done what he's asked.
You haven't. No, I'm talking like. He's not pleased.
Make a
Actually,
deception.
it's got to be more like he's not pleased.
Where are the drugs?
All right, make a deception check.
God, I'm so bad at these.
Where are the drugs going?
Real good.
Where are the other drugs going?
Do I look like
Do I look like a cop?
She says she looks at you after you say that. She goes, "You're with the other side," and she points her hands out at you and starts that same sort of lightning that came from one of her daughters just arcs out and just starts surrounding your whole body. Make a dexterity savings throw.
20?
Yeah. So you kind of realize you're kind of expecting that she's not going to buy your bullshit, and so you're kind of ready for it. And the bolts of lightning sort of arc out right towards you. And I forget if this is half or none. Hold on 1 second.
Please be none.
Yeah, none is better.
None's preferred.
Half. All right. So you take 13 damage.
Holy cow, that's half?
Yeah, that's half.
She can do 26 damage?
She did 33 to Blackwin.
Shit, 35 to me. 34. 34. Who is the God.
All right. So now the woman at the top of the stairs, she looks down. She jumps off the top of the stairs and lands right in front of you, Deckard. And she starts swinging at you. And now that her hands have been pulled out, you see there's long fingernail-like claws, kind of like when Blackwin does his savage beastery thing. Almost like her fingers are these long What was that X-Men 3? That terrible one with the fake Wolverine Asian girl that had those like.
X10 or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Final
yeah.
Stand or something like that.
Yeah. That's what she's got going on.
That's a bad movie.
Could have been worse.
Nope.
It can always be worse.
Logan was really good.
Logan was so good.
19 to hit.
That hits.
I don't know if Logan was so good. I think it was just that it was rated R, which made it amazing.
I don't know, man. I
No,
thought it was
it was
one of the
good.
best superhero movies.
It was
It's-
personal. It was about
it was good.
Logan and Professor X.
10 slashing damage.
Okay, so I take 5.
All
Okay.
right, and that's all she does. Now it's your turn again.
So what I'm gonna do is, so this chick sitting next to me has the toad in her hand, right? She has Lark in
Yes.
her hands.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab that toad out of her hand. And if this takes an action, that's okay. I'm gonna grab that toad out of her hand, and I'm gonna take it, and I'm just gonna throw it as hard as I can. Not as hard as I can. I take that back. Just hard enough to like wound this toad. I'm gonna throw it at the wall.
What? What?
Screw you, friend.
All right. All right. To see if you can snatch it from her, make an athletics check. In your current form.
Okay. 13.
So you go to snag it out of her hand, and she's like little girl, late woman, you know.
Oh my
and
gosh,
you're-
that's perfect.
You're amazed at how tightly she's hanging on to this. Like you're like, wow, I can't believe I can't yank this from this woman's hand. She's way stronger than she appears, and you can't get it out of her hand. Sorry. Now she sees you do that, and or she sees you attempt that, and she goes and she throws the toad towards the barrel of black green ooze in the middle of the room. I'll always show you guys when I roll great.
Nice.
Unfortunately, or fortunately for you, unfortunately for her, she just completely fucking misses, and it goes wide, and the toad lands next to the barrel, and is just riveting right there on the spot on the ground.
Doesn't take any damage from that fall?
He'd have to fall like 10 feet, and you could drop a frog from. You could throw a frog across your family room, and it'd land pretty well. He's good.
But that's 10 feet total.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
Hey Siri, how much fall damage can a frog take?
No, but if it's winged, if it's like, boom.
Check it out.
Has she been having to concentrate on that spell on me?
Yes.
Which one cast that spell?
The mother.
Is that the one that threw him, or the one that I did damage to when I first jumped down on the stairs?
Yeah, was that Maladath or Kroll Shrug?
So this one here is the one that turned him into a toad.
Oh, got it. Okay,
This is the one that you did damage to.
got it.
Okay. All right. So now there's a toad laying on the ground, sort of where Blackwind is. Now, Blackwind, you are still laying there, bleeding out. You need to make another death savings throw. Yeah, get a 10 or higher.
Here we go.
Straight up D20. All right, you passed that one, so you're good. All right, Sparkling Thornton, you are 80 feet closer. You're now about
Is
120
that
feet.
him not dead?
You're still like sort of bleeding out, but like stabilizing. Alaric, you're ribbiting around on the ground. What would you like to
How
do?
close are we though? How close are me and Sparkle?
You're about 120 feet away from the front door.
I'm not really. I guess I don't understand how it works. I don't really know what I can do. What can I do?
You can look up a toad if you want and see what its stats are, because that's what you are.
What you are, man.
Oh,
Should hop the hell out of there, dude.
I mean, yeah, I guess if I have the wherewithal to know what's happening, I would try to leave.
Yeah. I mean, you are like, so think about like in our other campaign when Baden turns into creatures.
Sure.
You're in that mode, except instead of being a cool giant gorilla or fucking 40-foot long snake, you're
Okay,
toad.
I didn't understand that. I didn't know how all those worked. So
Yep,
I thought that I didn't have any control.
I just linked you what a frog is in terms of stats.
Oh, well, the good thing is I can breathe air and water. So
There you go.
what can I do at this point?
Look at that. You can jump 10 feet, man.
Oh my god.
Do it. Get to 10 feet.
I can
out.
dunk from the free throw line.
Yeah, so you know what? I'm gonna move you back here. This is where you're at. So you're welcome to move if you want. Now, don't forget that if any of these creatures want, they can swing at you or take an attack of opportunity. But
Is that how it works? I mean, they're engaged with me, even though I'm a polymorphed. Whatever. Okay, but then
are you gonna bounce towards the door? Stay where you're at.
I'm just gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. All right. This creature here attacks you again, Deckard. Miss and a miss. So his bite and his claw both just don't pierce your hide. This woman here, the mother, she says, she looks at you, Deckard, and she goes, I don't know what you are, but you're in my home and you need to die. You want to say anything in response?
Fuck you, lady. Oh, sorry.
What?
You're muted, Adam. Sorry, I forgot it's kid friendly.
Oh, it's not kid friendly.
It's not kid friendly. No. I got a runny nose or something. That's why I have my mic muted.
All right. She just kind of flings her hand towards you, similar to what her daughter did, and shoots out 3 magic missiles.
Ugh.
All three of them hit. All 3 of them hit, as they do. They hit really hard too. 14 damage.
This might be the end of the campaign, fellas.
Yeah.
no. You can always run away.
It's gotta end sooner or later. Oh yeah, you just run as they chase you and they kill
Yeah,
you.
with your little frog legs, yeah.
This other woman, she strikes at you twice, Deckard. Or no, I think she
For a
just gets
total
one.
of 97 damage.
Time to
Yeah,
re-roll.
She swipes at you with a strong claw. 12 to hit, I assume that's, or I mean, 16 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. She seems surprised by the fact that she can't pierce your hide there. It's your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over to that toad
Yep.
and I step on it.
Okay. Make an unarmed attack.
And just a time check, we're 6 minutes away from.
Okay.
6 minutes away from hell. What did you say?
From
From
Space Launch?
11:29. Is that what we're 6 minutes away from?
It's an unarmed, so I have to make an unarmed attack to put my foot down on a frog. Shit.
Yeah, it's not so easy, huh, cowboy? To kill your best friend? Yeah. I'm coming in there. I'm fucking killing everyone.
16 to hit.
That's a hit.
Yep.
Spargle's burning the fucking lighthouse down. The mill house, whatever the fuck it's called.
And it does
It's a win.
1 damage.
It's a windmill. Sorry.
It's the lighthouse in the middle of the land.
Spargle,
I'm
you're
sorry,
burning.
you said how much?
1 damage.
1 damage. Okay, so Alaric, you so the toad, you feel the bones of the toad sort of crush as it dies, and just the corpse of this toad starts to like just stretch out and just sort of morph back into the body of Alaric. Yeah. So Alaric, you're now laying there, sort of on your back, like what the fuck?
And my
And
foot is on your chest.
yep. And there's a werewolf standing over the top of you. Of course, you've seen all this sort of happen from your toad eyes, and you get what's going on.
My toad eyes.
But you're laying there prone, but now back into your form.
Okay.
So we're getting close to 11:30. I don't want to rush anything. We can just, instead of like ending on a camp or whatever, we could just pause right there. It's very easy with Roll20.
I'm okay
Next
with
session,
that.
we could just pick up mid-combat.
That's fine with me.
I'm in.
Cool.
Everybody go with that? Anybody
Yep.
want to try to get to some better I got everything written down. The rest of the party's 120 feet away. Alaric's back into his current form. Deckard's in the middle of a room as a werewolf. Blackwind's failed 1 death save. We'll just pick up next session, right?
I got the second one though.
That's right.
And how many do I have to get to come back?
Well, somebody has to stabilize you. You get, if you fail 3, doesn't matter how many you pass. Once you fail 3, you're permadead.
How do you stabilize somebody? Does it have to be like a potion or a healing spell?
Just anything that gets their hit points above 0. That's all it is.
Got it.
Yeah. Any spell, potion. I think there's even a medicine check that you could.
That's what I was going to say. You can do a
stabilize.
medicine check, I believe, too, just to stabilize. I'll look.
Yeah, wisdom medicine check lets you try to stabilize a dying companion. It doesn't really heal them; it just stops them from bleeding out.
Right.
But
So
I mean,
yeah,
we don't
rather
need to
than go
get
lay-
too extreme with it. We could just test the hands of fate and see if he dies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was all totally
It's our new
unexpected,
character.
but pretty awesome. And I have no fucking idea how you're gonna get out of this. but
All that
I'm
prep you
sure-
did, Dan, you probably did
That's-
like all prep and then like it went nowhere.
It went great.
You knew we were going in that lighthouse though, or whatever, in the window.
So the
I just
funny
think
thing
it's.
was,
I think it's funny. Sorry, well, go ahead.
No, you go. Sorry.
I was just gonna say. I think it's funny how like this session started, and we were scoping out the windmill, and then we saw this old lady and her daughters or whatever, and like it just seems so not threatening, like at all. Right? I just thought this was gonna be a thing that we were like, all right, whatever, you crazy ass bitches, you just go back to your shit, and we'll be on our adventuring way. And now they're gonna kill us all.
I know.
Yeah, but Spargle and Thornton are within 2-3 turns away.
You think I'm gonna save you? You think that?
He's like, I'm already the fuck out of Barovia.
Yeah, you thought shit was sweet up here. I'm gonna save you.
Doug
talking
got crossed up by the
So
Barovians
Rand just keeps
themselves.
going right past the window.
Yeah. Bro, me and Spargle are out. We're done. Like that's it.
Yeah, you're still.
They're back
Well,
in
my whole
Faerun.
plan went to shit when
Yeah.
Crocus went unconscious and Alaric got turned into a frog.
I want to die.
My whole plan was to bust in and you guys to be like, look, we told you there was a monster. And that
This,
didn't work.
this old lady's
That
no
way.
joke, man.
All she wanted to do was sell a couple of fucking cannolis. All you had to do is be like, "Oh, here's 4 Electrum. I'll take a couple of pies." And she
I
would have
gave
been.
away all my gold.
The other 2 had coins. They could have give some coins, okay?
How much coin it would have cost for a door and a couple of
Crocus, you are like muted or something.
And she would have just said, "Oh, here's a couple of fucking, couple of y'all be on your merry way, and then that would have been the end of it. Oh, but no, we gotta fucking, we gotta fight.
Well, we couldn't persuade them.
Oh yeah, we'll fix the door. We'll take a couple of pies. By the way, why is this place so fucked up? Oh well, it's been a long time, you know. It's been really fucked up since Strahd came in 100 years ago, and then
Clearly, they're evil that needs to be eradicated.
All right.
We gotta get Blackwind stabilized. I'm glad. My whole thing with getting Alaric out of his frog form was so that we had our fucking rampaging sword guy in there.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Kill
I
everything.
just thought you went full retard mode and was just like, I'm gonna kill the frog. But like that was really smart. I didn't think.
Unfortunately, I mean, I'll admit I'd metagamed that a little bit, but
I know you did.
Yeah.
Which I'm
I
like,
thought the same thing.
like in character, would you have done that? But it's fine.
I guess that's subject to your past experiences, right?
Yeah, I'm sure the Cowboys run into a lot of polymorph frogs before.
I hate frogs.
it just so happens I'm working on a short story about his beginning, so there might now have to be a small,
You might have to
small
add
area
something.
where
Yeah.
he encounters this kind of thing.
Great Easter egg.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I will end the stream there. Right? That's a good
Good
little
night,
wrap
streamers.
up, and
We want to thank our viewers. We couldn't do it without you.
Yeah.
Like,
thanks
hit
to all our sponsors, Corsair, Blue Microphones. None of them
Wanna thank
sponsor
Town
me,
Fair
but you should
Tires.
tell
Nobody
them to
beats Town
sponsor
Fair
me.
Tire. Nobody.